Monday, and we are back, bitches, with my original model. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. How is everybody doing? I know I'm starting super late. I apologize. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. It's so nice to see you. Hello. Oh my goodness. What the freak? What the freak, Muffins, bro? Why? Why? What did I do to deserve this? I did absolutely nothing to deserve this bullshit. This is bullshit. Bullshit. Hello. Good evening, Miss Day. This is my first time. And it seems like I was something good. Guys. God damn it. Hello, Day. How goes it? Hi, Dark. Okay, wait. I need to play everybody's theme song. Hold on. Hold on. Everybody wait. Everybody wait. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Give me some time. Give me some time to process all this shit. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lower this down. I'm also gonna lower the fucking volume of my kids, of my data. God, you guys are fucking loud. Okay. Fuck yeah! Put my butt in, suck all my balls. Is it only me, or are you only speaking in my left ear? Am I only speaking in your left ear? Okay, hold on. I think... Is that better? Alright, is that better? Hey, Day, only getting your audio through in my left ear. Hi, Thoughtful Fool. Hello, welcome in, first time chatter. Okay, is this better? Yeah? Is this better? Good? Gucci, Gucci? Hi, Snowman. Also, the blender, I don't know yet. I'm gonna try it tomorrow, because it got here pretty late. Also, hi, Dark. Let's see. Hello. Alright. Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss regular Day? Did you miss me? I come back and Sis has a gun at us. What happened? You know, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of everything in between. Hold on, let me actually move this audio interface back. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Hello! It's quiet? Hold on, let me see. Okay. Okay, I will have to fix that later, Dark, because I don't know why it's quiet on this end. I will fix it later, though. I will fix it. Alright. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you? What do you mean? You bitches didn't lose me. I was just watching one of your clips and then the live went on. Oh, hell yeah. The song was quiet, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait, do I actually? Hold on.
How rare is your... At this point, you're probably not avoiding...
Hold on. Okay. There we go. Ew, hello. Oh, a shanty. New model? Damn. Well, this isn't the new model. This is technically the old model. Is that a bug assault gun? No, it's a Warhammer bolter. Thank you very much. Okay. 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 There we go. 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 Also, how does my mic sound? Oh, sick. Now that's some hype music, yo. Right? I see. Now you're a lady of culture. I've always been a lady of culture. What do you mean? What do you mean? Your mic is low? My mic is low? Is it quiet? I say turn it up a little bit louder. All right. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. All right. Is this better? Does this work better? Hello? Can you guys hear me better now? You guys will be able to probably hear more in the back as well. More in the back. But is it good? And it's echoey? That sounds perfect. It's not necessarily that it's echoey, but my house is pretty fucking big. So it's a lot of open area. So what I could do, hold on. What I could do is okay. So what I could do is talk in here, right? Hold on. Oh, thank you, Dark, for being a member for 7 months. I appreciate it. Okay, so if you guys can hear this, right? So it's slightly less echoey. I don't know, because I can't put it in the box without unplugging everything. Hold on. You know what? Actually, I could. Oh, hold on. Eh. Okay, can you guys hear me in here? Hello. Okay, so clearly this technically works better, right? Can you guys hear me in here? Can you guys still hear me? I need to know. I need feedback. Sounds good? Does it sound less echoey? Hello. Echo. That's better. Okay. Yep, much better. Okay. So, I'm going to have to do something to my setup real quick because this is inside the box, right? This is outside the box. This is in the box. This is outside the box. Kinda, it's a bit quiet. Okay, I'm gonna unplug this and I'm gonna put it in the box, and then I'm gonna keep the box right next to me, and hopefully you bitches can hear me. All right, so give me a second. Let me set that up. Outside is better. You guys like it outside or do you guys like it inside? This is inside. This is what it would sound like inside. Inside voices. Oh. This is outside. Inside. Outside. Inside. Outside. What are we doing? The echo isn't even that bad, to be honest. Outside is better. Outside by far. Okay. All right. I'm putting you guys back on the little spinny thing then. Give me 1 second. It's not the box, it's your settings. It could be, hold on. Filters, compressor. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to mess with anything. I must admit that English is not my first language, but I try to learn as I go while I'm here. Thank you, Tony. No worries. It's okay. Just take your time. Okay. Let me put it back on my stand. Okay? I'm going to put it back on my stand. Okay. 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 Can you guys hear me? Hello. 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 It's so nice to see you. Okay, hold on. I also need to put my pop filter back on. Okay. Cool. Okay. Hello. Okay, so does this sound better to you guys? Can you guys sound? Does it sound okay, Alex? Does it sound good? I need to know. I'll mess with this. About the same. Yeah. So my worry is that it's echoey because I don't want it to be echoey, echoey, echoey. That's why I did have it lowered to about right here, but then you guys weren't able to hear it. So is this better in terms of no echo? Hello? Uh, 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 More like it's going in and out of audio more than echo. You're very low. Okay, so this. You know what? Let me just. Uh, 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 uh. Oh, okay, that's better. Okay, wait, is this better? Is this better? Your perfect day? Okay, so this is good. All right, we're gonna leave it like this then. We're gonna leave it like this. Okay, so I won't be able to hear myself, but yeah. Sounding sexy? Oh, I thank you. Hello. Okay. I finally I finally caught up with the Fae named Day. Hi Melvin. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. I appreciate you. How are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I think I know what happened now. Okay. Now everything's making a lot more sense. Boop 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 boop. That Making Gooning Great Again hat reminded me of How I Met You through a Shoe on Head YouTube reaction video. Oh, you like Shoe on Head? Okay, so what Shoe on Head reaction video did you find me from? Also, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? Where are you from? I want to learn everything about you guys. Well, maybe not every. No, I kind of do want to know everything. I gotta be honest. All right. Let's see. Let's go in and let's say hi to everybody. Oh, cool. Normal Day is back. Hi, Nuke. Hello. Yes, I'm back. Because, to be fair, the, whatchamacallit, the model that I was using was mainly for, the model that I was using last week was mainly so that way I could use it for my birthday. And now it's not my birthday anymore. I already given you my social security and birth certificate. What else do you need? I need it all. I want it all. I want it. I will say though, I miss being a cursed little gremlin, bro. I miss being a cursed gremlin. Learn everything. You're a Fed. I'll never tell. I'm not a Fed. You could totally trust me. With all of your intricate banking information and everything else. You could totally trust me. Don't worry about it. You can trust me. I still find it funny Shu blew up. With VTubers, been watching her since her and Armored Skeptic were dating. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't even know who Armored Skeptic was, until my editor had told me, who he was, until Sama had told me. I don't want to? Why? Give me all your information. It's okay. I swear. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You can trust me. Okay. I also didn't go through and say hi to everybody, so let me see if I can say hi to everyone real quick. I know I was kind of slow with this. I apologize. Today feels like a very hectic day. There's been a lot of things going on behind the scenes, to be honest, where it's making me a little itty-bitty stressed out. Just a tiny bit, but don't worry about it, because everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine, and nobody's going to be scared, and everything's going to be just A-okay. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to the top. To the tippy top. Hello, Aiden. Hello. Hi, Smile. This better be good. I paused my muscle mommy ASMR for this. I mean, what? Excuse me, Smiley? Hi, Mlock. Hello. Hi, KJ. Hello. Hi, opponent Jeff. Hello. Hi, Heart. Hello. Hi, James. Hello. Hi, Looney Tooney. Hello. Hi, Chains. Hello. Hi, the Great Mighty Yo. Hello. Hi, Drifting Mist. Hello. Hi, Thoughtful Fool. Hello. Hi, Snowman. Hello. Hi, Tony. Hello. Hi, KJ. Hello. Hi, Corner. Hello. Hi, Mlock. Hello. Hi, Vin. Hello. Hi, the Great Mighty Yo. Hello. Hi, Chains. Hello. And I'm catching up. Hold on, give me a second. If you're saying hi, give me a second. Hi, Chris. Hello. Hi, Weapons Master. Hello. Hi, Dr. Shaky. Hello. Hi, Cashew. Hello. Did I say hi, Weapons Master? I don't know. You're getting into second one. Hello. Hi, Nuke. Hello. Hi, Star. Hello. Man, now I am missing the new model already. You forgetting a Durg day? What? A Durg? What are you talking about? Well, would you look who's finally back? How you doing today? I'm good. How are you? Whoa. Durg, short for dragon. Oh, sorry. Hi. Hello. Let me also go on YouTube and say hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello, Blood. Hello. Hi, Dark. Hello. Hi, Demolition Dude. Hello. Hi, Lycan. Hello. Hi, Umbrella. Hello. Hi, Tree Time Dragons. Hello. Did I say hi to Tree Time Dragons? One more time. Hello. And then hi, Melvinus, and hi, Chaika. Hello. And hi, Demolition Dude, if I didn't say it already. Hello. I'm going to miss throwing bricks at every new model. What the hell, man? What the hell? Why you gotta be trying to throw bricks at me all the time? Trying to get me all bricked up and everything. Hi, Bear of Cali. Hello. Okay. Wow. That's rude. That's pretty fucking rude. Stop it. Okay, I get it. There. Throw some now in memory of the other model. No. Why? Oh my god. Do you have to be this way, everybody? Are you kidding me? Stop! What the fuck, guys? Why? Why are you like this? Why are you like this? ¿Por qué? Why? Why? Just checking your brick skill. I can get pretty bricked up. I only head pat you. Thank you, Ultra. I appreciate you. I appreciate you more than you can know. If you can dodge a brick, you can dodge a ball. Whoa. Oh my god. You know what, though? Actually, that was one of my parents' favorite movies to show me when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie. Night, day, talk later. Bye, Smile. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for sticking around for so long. I appreciate you. Whoa! What the hell, guys? I give Pixie Hat. Dodgeball is such a good movie. It is. It is such a good movie. To be fair, I do love that movie. Alright, got a shower, BRB. Sounds good. Have fun. Don't slip. I always like to tell people that, like, go to shower, like, don't slip. Because it's oddly, like, kind of, how do I say? It's kind of a fear of mine because I've almost slipped in the shower so many times. I apologize for the delay, Miss Day, but the power went out where I live as usual. Luckily, we'll see each other in another live stream. Have a good night, you and your chat. Bye, Tony. Good night. Sweet dreams. I'll miss you. Good night. I hope you stay safe. Stay safe. That pizza scene makes me laugh every time. Oh, that's such a good scene. That is such a good scene. You can get a shower mat that prevents slipping. Yeah, and I have it. But yeah. Mildly concerned and a mild threat. Exactly. You get me. You get me, Jamesy. And so I don't know much about Age of Sigmar, so I don't know a lot about the gods there. Oh, okay. So today, in case you guys didn't know what we're doing today, we are going to be reviewing the 8 Gods of Chaos from Warhammer. I know it's been so long since we've done Warhammer content, but god, dude, I really missed Warhammer. I can't lie. So we are gonna be doing some Warhammer action today. So I hope you guys are ready. I thought we'd do that on Wednesdays. I know, Warhammer Wednesdays. I know. But I missed it, so we're doing it on Monday. Age of Sigmar has 4 pantheons. Ooh. Hi Pixie, what I miss? Nothing much. Hi Nick, hello. We are just talking about what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be doing some Warhammer content today, so I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. Oh, also just step on the grout lines when out of the shower and you're less likely to slip. Yeah, I did learn that. Tips, Fedora. Lady. Hello. Hi, Ormageddon. I'm gonna get your name right one of these days, I swear to God. Techies enjoying trail makers. Oh, hell yeah. Well, I hope you guys are having fun with that. And yet you went with a GW approved tuber? Wait, what? Cool. what's a GW approved tuber? What does that mean? What does that even mean? I don't know a lot of things, guys. You have to remember, I'm still technically learning about Warhammer, and also because the last time I wanted to get miniatures, I was like, you know what? I want to do some more Warhammer content before I go into that. The pantheons are order, chaos, destruction, and death. Yes. I'm assuming there's a problem, or what is the issue there? I have no clue. I have no clue. Games Workshop. I don't think there should be a problem with that. We're so behind on Warhammer homework. We seriously are, bro. We're literally so behind on Warhammer like homework. On such a real note, I really missed doing this franchise. The people that who made Warhammer. I do know who Games Workshop is. I don't know why it would be a problem to react to people that don't get sniped by Games Workshop. It's very strange to me. I don't know. Hi Dave, back to normal. Yes, sir, we're back to normal. We might get held back. No, we can't get held back. I can't flunk another grade. I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna be a super senior by the end of this. Gamer Workshop pays certain YouTubers and recently VTubers defense to toe the current Game Workshop for. Oh. Hi, Crow! Hello! Hi, Crow! Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Hello, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Hold on. Let me give you a quick shout out real quick. What were you guys up to? What were you guys doing? Hello? Wait, what? Can I not give you a shout out? Hold on. The white. Hold on. There we go. Day, did you turn down your mic again? No, I did not. I have not turned down my mic. Hello. Let me full circle the rating. Hello. How are you? What were you guys up to? What were you guys doing? I hope you had an amazing, amazing stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, Raiders. My name is Tiny Pixie Day. I am a variety streamer. I tend to do reactions, gaming, and a little bit of singing. It's very nice to meet you. Just stopped by and found the not so new model. Hi, Massacre. Hello. Damn, are y'all missing the newer model? What the fuck, guys? I told you guys it was temporary. I told you. I specifically told you guys. Don't get attached. Don't get attached because it wasn't going to be there for long. You motherfuckers don't listen to me. Why don't you listen to me? Do you guys not love me anymore? Do you not love me if I am not the mature pixie? If I am not the ultra super girly girl girly pop pixie? Do you guys not love me anymore? I was playing Warframe for a while and then got on Rivals to play Compad back and forth games, and I hate our pop into stream, lol. Anyways, I hate to raid and run, but I gotta go eat. Bye, Crow! Thank you so much for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Good night, sweet dreams. We missed the physics. I still have physics. Are these physics not enough for you? Oh my goodness. Hold on, my dog is crying. Give me 1 second. I'd be good by now. I'd be better than barely getting by somehow. Okay. There we go. I am having homemade sourdough bread pizza. Who did this? Massacre, what the frick? Sounds like a bit of projection there, Day. No. OMG, Day. Warhammer Nerd 2? Yes, sir! Oh my god. You know, it's actually crazy to think that, like, some of you don't know me from the Warhammer stuff. Huh. Yes, stay careful streaming rivals during stream. I was there with Crow, so if you do, make sure you have 2 mods on standby. Sounds good. Yeah, today we're a little, in lack of another words, bare modded. I think we have James, but I think James is at home. Yeah, so we have James. We have James. James is our only protector today, actually, because Grizz is out of service at the moment to go shower. Brain is not going to be in today for reasons. And then Sama as well will not be in today for reasons. So y'all bitches better behave. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? I'm not worried. I'm not worried even a little bit. I used to know the Warhammer day. I used to. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Maybe you missed the way people were treating you with the new model? Ever think of that? Really, Dark? Really? So what? Wait. How are people treating me? Were people treating me well or not? What? You guys treat me just as well with this model, right? Right? You guys wouldn't just stop treating me, right? You guys wouldn't forget about me and stop loving me just because I switched back to this model, right? Oh my god. Oh, I have power now. Yes, Jamesy, you have power. Whoa, what the fuck? This is not fair. See, you know what? Actually, I do realize you motherfuckers actually bully me more in this model. I don't know what about this model makes me more bullyable.
We don't have the budget for that.
We do have the budget for that, so god damn it. Well, the donos were big. Well, yeah. Jay, I have a Warhammer video I would like you to see react on stream. Could I possibly send it to you in DMs, or would you prefer to say it in chat? In DMs, but I doubt I would get to it tonight, to be honest. Up to interpretation. Dark, please! You guys would still love me, right? You guys would still love me, right? Right? You guys would still love me? Would you guys love me if I was a worm? It's the squished head. Yeah, I may look a little retarded, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Now you're still our lovable gremlin regardless of the models you've used. You promise? You promise? You're not gonna forget about me? Yeah. Ugh. Hey, did you know that I am a descendant of Genghis Khan? Really? That's cool. What's that like? If you were a worm, I will make you the greatest worm house that any worm can have. You promise? You promise? You promise? Okay, I'm gonna trust you for now. But I'm kind of worried. If you were a worm, I would go fishing. Oh, I forgot this is what happens. Okay. Well, you guys did this yourselves. So, you know what? Actually, I'll why does this look like? What does this even? See, Sama's not here to get me to behave, so I can kind of act however I want at the moment. Hi, Day. How's your day? I hope everyone is well. Hi, it's going on. Whoa, I'm good. How are you? Do not cast that evil spell. Would you still love me as a worm? Stop bouncing on it, Dio. The endgame question for women is, would you still love me if I was 13? What the fuck? What does that even mean? I'm still here, you heathen. You can't do anything to stop me. You can't do anything to stop me. Oh my god. To be honest, I am only joking. Also know that question is a trap. I would plant you in a garden and forget about you. You would forget about me if I was a worm?
We don't have the budget for that.
That's a bold statement. Behave yourself. Fuck. God damn it. God damn it. No, there's too many of them. They all tried jumping on me. They all tried bouncing on it, Dio. Bounce on it, bounce on it, bounce on it. Bounce on it, bounce. You're hitting my nub. You're hitting my nub, Dio. You're hitting my nub, Dio. Fine. I'll behave. Get in the jar. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm just being honest here, Dave. Fair. You're being honest, but it's mean. Can you guys just be nice to me? Just a little semblance of niceties would be appreciated, please. I would very much love if you guys were nice to me, Dio. Whoa. What the hell? It's too small. We still missed. Warhammer 40k 3rd edition quote, Adeptus Custodius are a brotherhood. Ew. Ooh. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to set up my mic, so give me a second. There we go. I get off work and this is what I see. My eyes! You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Hank Hill voice. That girl ain't right. Okay, sending the video link to you in DMs now. You might have already reacted to it before. If so, then that's fine. Okay. Let me see what you sent me. Oh, I have reacted to that. Yes. I did in Discord. They showed that to me during one of our community nights. Okay, princess. There we go. That's right. I am princess. You better hope Smile isn't here. Nah, Smile went to bed. You're not gonna shove your thumbs in my eyes, are you? I might. She is princess. Exactly. I am princess. Never forget that shit. Do you guys not understand that I always have some sort of crown in my models? Okay? There's a reason there's this sparkly, shiny crown. Okay? Look at it. Look at the way it glistens. That is because I am princess. Those motherfuckers ruining a perfectly good reaction video for stream. I'm sorry. Who did you steal it from? You don't gotta worry about it. Don't worry about it. How do you make that growl or whatever that noise is? In the back of my throat, I just go, and my uvula, like, hits the back of my throat and just, And she even kept the elf ears. Her backstory is she is a chosen Eldar by Sanguinius to be a femstoids, even though the adept custodians begin as infant sons of the noble houses of Terra. Okay. Codex Adeptus Custodes, 8th edition, paragraph 14, explicitly said that all custodians begin as infant sons of the noble houses of Terra. Master of Mankind, Horus Heresy series, describe the custodians as a brotherhood of demigods. Ooh. You can't decide between World War II or sci-fi tonight. Definitely, probably World War II. Tiny Usurper Day. Yeah! Let's just say Sleeping Beauty ain't so beautiful while she sleeps with the fishes. What? I am beautiful when I sleep? What are you talking about? How would you know? You wouldn't know, motherfucker. I'm absolute princess. I am absolute princess when I'm asleep. Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next. Also, how has it already been an hour? Please react to the tragedy of Celestial Lions chapter. You will absolutely hate the Inquisition for what they did to them. We will see. Okay, so we are planning on getting back into some more Warhammer content. So, in case you guys are new here, or in case you guys just haven't for a long time, if you have any Warhammer videos that you guys would like to recommend to me, make sure to put it in the ideas and feedback so that way we can review it and react to it. I know that you snore a lot. No! How do you know that? No! Wait! Heart, how do you know that I snore? How do you know that? Oh no! The forbidden lore! That I snore! Back down to earth, the princess. I was responding to them asking where you got the crown from. The joke was you stole it from Sleeping Beauty. Oh! I'm late and Day is already yelling at us. What happened? Nothing. Nothing at all. Why would you admit that? Oh shit, we finally getting into Warhammer again? Hell yeah. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You passed out in community nights a couple times. Day lore drop? I'm sorry. Listen. Okay. Yes. Has it happened in the past where I potentially maybe fell asleep on call in the community nights? Yes. That is old forbidden lore that we weren't supposed to talk about it. God damn it. God damn it. Day is sleepyhead because she works hard to keep you shrooms entertained. Exactly. She fell asleep on community night. We gotta up our game. No, okay. It was community nights. Okay, hold on. So I think it was basically like after I had stopped. Wait, hold on. Black guy. No, that's not it. Evil. No, that's not it. Uh, Hold on, I'm relearning my stuff. No, that's not it. Oh, you know what? We could do this and do that. There we go. Okay, so yeah, roughly a year ago. Okay, this was the old days before the void. Okay. So let me explain. So after I moved here to Arizona, I was very lonely, very sad, and I didn't have. I wasn't comfortable in my new house. Needless to say. So what I would do was I would hang out with the shroomies a lot, but so much to the point where sometimes I would fall asleep in calls, because we would just stay up late talking and everything, and so eventually I would just like fall asleep. The post move slump is real. Yeah, exactly. She's a 10 out of 10, but she snores like a pickup truck. Okay. I okay. God damn it, guys. Why you guys gotta out me? This is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. God damn it. We've also done 24-hour calls to keep you up because your sleep's so bad. Yeah, that is true. I have done 24-hour sleep 24-hour calls as well in the community Discord at times, when I need people to keep me awake. So that is true. That does happen sometimes. Um, I've gotten a little bit better at it, but sometimes it still happens. So I will admit where my faults are, and sometimes I'm in the fault. But you know what? Fuck you. We've also. Oh, I read that. Yeah, but yeah. All right, listen. I may snore, but I'm still princess. You need sleep, woman. I'm getting enough sleep now. You could ask my mod team. I'm getting enough sleep. Trust. Gonna get more spaghetti. You're gonna get spaghetti. I don't know how you stand Arizona heat. That heat would melt me. Oh yeah, dude. It is so fucking hot, dude. And the worst part is because um I have tetas, right? Like I get sweaty all the time, dude. I literally this morning I decided not to shower this morning because it kind of just ruins the purpose as I like continue to go throughout the day. So I'm gonna shower at night now, so that way it's like cooler while I go to sleep. It's a dry heat, yeah. Didn't we have a community night helping you redo your sleep schedule? Also, the model's back. I missed it. Hi, Funny Buns. Hello. Yes, the model is back. You can always take ice baths before sleep. I could do that. To be fair, but yeah, I'm not. I don't know. We'll see. Also, to be fair, I don't have a big bath bathtub here, it's a very small, like, shower area. Hey, Day, gotta go. My stepdad needs help getting my mom to a hospital. Oh my gosh, please be safe. Keep me updated, Dark, and please, please, please be safe. I'll keep her in my prayers. A dry heat? Yeah, okay. It is a dry heat, to be fair. And to be fair, I lived in California, which has a lot more humidity in it. So I didn't really realize that until I moved to Arizona, and then I realized that it is true. Arizona has a drier heat, whereas California has like a humid heat. So I do think humidity plus heat is 1,000 times worse than dry heat. I can at least stand this. I can't stand 114 degrees weather in California. That shit is fucking unbearable. It feels like you're suffocating. I worked 3 shifts for almost 2 decades, and it really fucks you up. Not a lot of people are built for it. Oh, I bet. I bet. Oh my god. That is so much. That is so much. Holy shit. You really just gave that sweat fact about yourself to chat for free. What are they gonna do? Goon to the fact that I'm sweaty? Wait, there's not gooners for sweat, is there? Hold on. That's not a thing, right? Right, guys? That doesn't happen? Oh, day. Some people are into that. Sweaty boobs is popular? Why? Why would you guys be into that? Why is that a thing? Why are sweaty boobs specific? Sweaty women in general? Girl, there are people into armpits. Oh my god! Why are you guys into sweat? Hey, you sweet summer child. Why? Ask the furries, don't ask me. Aren't you a furry? I'm so confused. Because reasons? Don't blame us for the woes of the world. Let me ask you something. How do you feel about sweaty muscles? Well, I I I don't particularly think that needs to be answered right now, to be honest. I'll be honest, I don't I don't really understand why you would ask me such a question. Slippery ladies, fair, got her. Nah, too married for all that. Duke, are you married? Oh my god. There's my inconsistent degenerate Oshi. Well, I'm gonna go traumatize myself again with no moon jar. Okay. Don't ask how I know. Oh, well. Oh, fuck. Listen, I don't think we should ask me questions about myself. Thank you. Just saw a Rev says Desu video on JonTron. Oh, how did that go? How? Why are we having this conversation while I'm eating? Because for fun. They call you many things, but never wrong. I think he's wrong personally. Yeah, fam. LOL, never hid that. Married with 2 microhumans. Well, I know you are, Sven. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry, Sven. I thought you were Nuke. Because you and Nuke are the same color on my end of Twitch right now. So I thought you were Nuke. And Nuke is my friend. And I was like, Nuke, what the fuck? How the fuck did you... How? I didn't know you were married because he never told me he was married. So I was so confused for a second. I was like, how did I not know that about you? Never mind, Sven. I'm so sorry. I knew you were married. That makes sense. I just... Okay. Listen, none of us talk about Duke, okay? Don't worry about it. Ain't no way. Hi, Ryuko. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? It's so nice to see you. They hated me because I told the... Well, never mind, just lagging. I got a clip of you losing it over sweaty Sun Jinwoo. What? 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 No. I would never thirst trap for a sweaty man. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Also, if you want to clip, it would be like this. Oh. Whoa. It would have to be together, like this funny fun. That clip's literally in your raid video? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Doing well, just being big chillin' and trying to do some coding setup for something. Oh hell yeah! Well, I hope that's going well. I hope you're having fun with that. Best anime of the year. Ring any bells, you heathen. I've no clue what you're talking. Just posted it? Oh, okay. Literally just clip yourself talking about sweaty men doing both your job and ours tonight. Well, because I was trying to help with funny buns. Dang, your intro video is you losing messy. Also, thank you. I don't know. Hold on. Is that in my... Hold on. And then another time, a guy dressed up in a maid outfit and thought that that was gonna impress me. Open your eyes, baby girl. And I looked at it and I was just like... My name, Day, means great, powerful one. Mm-hmm. No! I can't do this anymore! No! There goes my wings!
Oh, never mind. It's a collectible. Okay, you can raise your...
Put your hands up.
Sorry, we're just gonna watch this.
You made a beautiful sword, but it's gonna poke a lot of assholes.
You need to drink milk.
Ah! You're right! I gotta go get milk. I gotta go get milk. I just drank a shit ton of water thinking that would help. Oh my fucking... Hold on. I need...
Chat, we warned her.
I need... Hold on.
Day.
Hold on. I gotta go. I'll be back. Hold on.
Day.
Eat my feet!
You ever study psychology? No, I've just been through trauma.
Ding! Keep playing with me, motherfuckers. You guys broke me. Are you proud of yourself? You broke me. My mom just sent me a text and was just like, why are people threatening you? And I was like, sorry, Mom. My mom is here. Tell my mom hi. She hasn't commented, but tell her hi. Everyone behave. Be nice. With your fat cock. Stop! Don't say that word, my mom! And they're like, I miss the Judy. You miss her? I'm here.
I farted and a poopy almost slipped out.
And it fires this gigantic round.
What would your last words be? I've had harder! Guys, would you love me if I was your worm? I'd rather get fucking run over with a lawnmower. Pet me. Pet me right now.
Yada yada. Now bend over. I can tell people to see anything.
Okay, I need to stop air thrusting. That's not very demure and girly of me to. What can I say? I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. One more time.
Okay, maybe you guys have a point. Okay, I kind of forgot that was in there. Alright. You guys know me better than I do, apparently. What did I just witness? You witnessed, I don't know how my legal advisors would like me to respond to that question. So how have you been, Day? I've been good, Ivan. How are you? Thank you so much for the 30 stream streak. Thank you. So you want to eat your words now, or should I get some sauce for them? I would prefer some sauce. Day's heresy on full display, heretic. I am a heretic, and if you guys would like to watch me be a heretic even more, you guys can watch that full video on YouTube to call me out more. Alright. Did you forget about you and Mitsuri getting on y'all's knees for Slenderman? No, I did not forget about that, but that doesn't involve a sweaty man, okay? Now, I guess I do have a bit of a sweat fetish. God, that's so disgusting to say. God! Actually, no. Scratch that. Nobody clip that shit. Actually, we're gonna leave that out, alright? We're gonna act like I've never said that ever in my life, and we're gonna move on from this, alright? You know what? Oh, wow! Oh, wow! Look at that! God damn it, James! God damn it! God damn it! Stop! Stop it! Stop clipping! Stop it! Fucking hell, bro! It's a shame I'm busy. I'd have time to edit some shorts. No worries about it, Ryuko. No worries, no worries. One day. Who would win, Leon Kennedy or Pyramid Head? I don't know Pyramid Head well enough to answer for him. What's happening? Nothing. Fuck no, the fourth wall breaks in a no moon jar is crazy day. You would not like this horror mod? Oh, hell no. I'd rather not. Alright. Anyways, today we are going to be reacting to Warhammer content. We are going to be reacting to Warhammer content. It has been a while. It has been a good long while since we've done this. But I'm excited. I hope you bitches are excited as well. Let's get into some reaction, shall we? Hold on, let's go here. So I do have a sweat fetish. Why did you have to phrase it that way of all way? I don't know! I'm sorry, I'm stupid! You should all know that I'm stupid. That's not necessarily something you guys should be questioning. You guys shouldn't be questioning whether or not I'm stupid. You should be questioning, how stupid am I? That's the difference. Alright? You know what? Also, that chat is there we go. That looks a lot better. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like right there. Alright. I still love you, Day, even with all your faults. Thank you. Bold of you to assume this is just the peak of my stupidity. Exactly! Hey, Day, hey, wee man, hello! Welcome in. Alright, let's see. Let me move my model. We're gonna move my model down here. Woo! Alright. Okay. So, today we are going to be reacting to every Chaos God explained in 8 minutes. Now, after this, we are going to be switching over to an actual full in detail description of the Chaos Gods. However, this is supposed to be some fuckery shit. So I'm gonna understand none of this, and then we're gonna go into the actual lore of all of them together. So let's get it cracking, let's get it cooking. I've missed some Warhammer stuff. Let's make an intro for YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be reacting to every Chaos God explained in 8 minutes. How is that going to be? I don't know. To be fair, I don't know much about the Chaos Gods at this moment, so this is going to be a bunch of nonsense to me, and we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's been a while since we've done some Warhammer content, but we do have some goodies in store for all of my Warhammer nerd fans. Hello! I missed you, goobers. Let's get into it. Oh, wait. Why? Why have you started? Okay.
The Chaos God of Blood.
Oh, wait. You guys couldn't hear that. Hold on. We're starting that over. Give me one sec.
Khorne, also known as the Blood God or the Lord of Skulls, is the chaos god of blood, war, and violence. He was the first of the 4 main chaos gods to arise. These 4, Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, and Slaanesh, represent the strongest entities in the warp, surpassing all others in power and influence. While many other minor chaos entities exist, the big 4 dominate and shape the galaxy's chaotic fate. The Chaos God's power grows as their sphere of influence expands, so in the 41st millennium, Khorne has an edge over the others due to the countless wars active in the galaxy.
Khorne is my papa. Hey, Day. Fun Khorne fact. It's my Discord ID. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. Also, hi, Void. Hello. Fuck, finally. Hello. Okay, wait. Let me keep YouTube open on my end. The 5th and only in fantasy or Age of Sigmar is the Great Horned Red. These 4 are the true Chaos Gods. Ooh, okay.
Their sphere of influence expands, so in the 41st millennium, Khorne has an edge over the others due to the countless wars active in the galaxy. Khorne embodies rage and unrestrained aggression. He rejects sorcery and deceit, placing value instead on raw strength and direct combat. His followers, both mortal and demonic, strive to offer him blood and skulls, ensuring his throne remains ever expanding. Khorne's realm is an endless
Blood for the Blood God, skull for the Skull Throne. Khorne is my papa. Khorne is my papa. Now, in case you guys didn't know, a little fun fact about me. I've said this before when we did other Warhammer reactions back in the good old days. But if you are new here and you are new to this channel and you're new to this model version of me, hello! I have said before that I feel like I'm a good mix of Khorne and Slaanesh. A little bit of both. I'm a little bit of both, I would like to say. Personally, I think that I fit into those vibes. But yes, Khorne is my papa, Slaanesh is my mama. Alright? We don't gotta go into genders here. Just accept it for what it is. If you are new here, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know what? Fuck you, Void, actually. How dare you? I'm sorry? You shouldn't be apologizing. No. It should be a good thing that they're here. It should be a good thing. What the fuck, man? Khorne is Gork and Mork, the 2 gods for the orcs. Gork is cunningly brutal and Mork is brutally cunning. Ooh. Fuck you too. Well, fuck your mama. You know what? Let me fuck your mama. How about that? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Okay, it's the abominable intelligence video. What does that mean? Huh? Go for it. Someone has to take one for the team. I will fuck your mom. I will fuck her very, very, very nicely. I will treat her like the woman she deserves to be treated like. Wee Man, I will ban you if you continue to disrespect my mom. I will ban you, and I'm not even joking. I will ban you.
His followers, both mortal and demonic, strive to offer him blood and skulls, ensuring his throne remains ever expanding. Khorne's realm is an endless battlefield with rivers of blood running through plains littered with bones and the towering skull throne at its center. Khorne's demons reflect his brutal nature. Bloodletters, the most numerous of his servants, act as foot soldiers in his armies, wielding hellblades to carve through foes. Blood crushers,
You guys already know what I'm thinking, right? You guys already know what I'm thinking, right? No, don't you dare say what that tongue do! I didn't have to! I didn't have to! You did. You did that for me! Not gonna lie, I know very little about 40k. I'm all about that Warhammer fantasy. Fair. Yes, and please don't. But what that tongue do? What that tongue do? Demon ride? That's what I'm saying. God damn it, guys. Come on! Come on! Come on! Look at it! You're gonna sit here and tell me that I'm wrong? So why is it socially acceptable? Why is, you know what? Actually, why is it socially acceptable? Why is it social, you fucking assholes. Why is it socially acceptable, right? Why is it socially acceptable to, go after Venom, but I can't want this man's tongue? Why? Why is that socially not acceptable? Because I would like to know, damn it, little sis, the second you paused and went back, I knew where this was going. Hey, what the fuck? Dude, I need the clip of that one EMT tech. No, just no. I'd roast you for liking Venom as well. Don't worry. Let's not pretend that either is socially acceptable. Both are socially acceptable. What are you talking about? So you're gonna sit here and tell me you've never, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, no, my editors will kill me if I continue that sentence. What can I say to balance it off? You're gonna sit here and tell me you were never curious? Neither are, only gooners do. Way to out yourself, though. You're gonna sit here and tell me that I'm wrong? I'm a lot of things, but I'm not wrong. Come on, I'll give you Venom. You're the one going after Venom too? The monster fuckers will indeed fuck monsters. Exactly. Listen. You're telling me that, come on. You know what? No, because I know you bitches are the same bitches that love that fucking, Derpixen video. Okay, the one, you know the one I'm talking about, where her fucking tongue wraps around the dick. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't lie on your fucking name right now. I know you fuckers. Are the same motherfuckers. I'm into monster girls, yes. Oh boy, Day is gooning. No. Okay, I'm not gooning. I'm just stating the obvious facts. Oh, she's going into the deep lore. No! Spider girls are the best, and then moth girls. Someone gets on my. No! Wait. I'm not outing myself. I'm just stating the facts that I know you fuckers are into that shit. Oh, look, the gooner is bringing up more gooner shit. Oh my god, dude. I'm just saying, why are you guys being assholes to me when I know you fuckers get off to the same bullshit? It's not fair. Don't slut shame me if I don't slut shame you. I think, yeah, exactly. Make gooning great again. That is literally our fucking slogan, bro. Literally our slogan. This is ridiculous. Why am I getting shit on? Because you always pause at it. You want to talk about the Cthulhu G? I would fuck Cthulhu. I would, okay? And I'm proud of that. Once again, the dark corners of the internet are not socially acceptable. That's why they're in the dark corners. Okay, yeah, you're right. Fair. Exactly. The gooners go in the goon jar. Grizz acting like he wouldn't fuck a monster girl is insane. That's what I'm saying! Day fucks squirrels, Pokemon, and demons. No, it was chipmunks, to be fair, not squirrels. God damn it! Because it's you, Day. If we're not an asshole to you, who will be assholes? Which one of his tentacles, though? All of them. Everywhere. Okay? Shut up. You what? I would fuck Cthulhu. Okay? And I don't think there's a bad thing about that. It is sadly socially acceptable these days. We all saw female Cthulhu and every single one of you said would. Exactly! That's what I'm saying! Why am I catching slack about this? Why am I catching slack about this shit? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. I am a perfectly normal average gooner. There is nothing too wrong about me. It is, and I will fuck a monster girl. Fair enough. To be fair, Cthulhu in Sucker for Love do be hot. Yeah, you look like you would. What does that mean? Don't fuck monsters. You should always fuck monsters. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ain't nothing normal about this train wreck. Why do you guys roast me? 'Cause we can! This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. 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 This is normal. Yeah, guys, in all fairness, she has seen the spicy channel. Why are we lying right now? It's not. It's not lying. It's the truth. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse for you guys to talk shit about me. Oh my god. Day be normal. I'm out. You know what? Fuck you guys. Looking at this picture, smash. Alright? Fuck you.
Blades to carve through foes. Blood crushers, mounted on juggernauts of brass and fury, serve as his shock cavalry. His mightiest servants are the bloodthirsters, greater demons that embody Khorne's raw destructive power, leading his hosts with unmatched ferocity. Among Khorne's notable champions is Angron, the demon primarch of the World Eaters, who leads his brutal legion in relentless slaughter. Skarbrand, a bloodthirster exiled for daring to challenge Khorne, remains a major force of destruction, driven by endless rage even after his exile. And Karn the Betrayer, a mortal chaos champion, known for spreading carnage indiscriminately, targeting foes and allies alike. Tzeentch, also known as the Changer of Ways, is the chaos god of change, knowledge, and sorcery. He is the second of the 4 main chaos gods to emerge, and in the ever-changing warp, Tzeentch is the master manipulator, pulling strings and setting plans into motion that can span millennia. His followers seek power, whether through magic, deceit, or cunning, and they revere him as the eternal architect of fate. The demons of Tzeentch mirror his chaotic essence. Horrors, his foot soldiers.
See, and here's another thing. This is why it's so difficult for me to pick an area to go into, because I feel like I could kind of blend into Khorne or Tzeentch or Slaanesh at any given moment, to be honest. Skarbrand, neurons activated. This why she's a good choice to back Day up. Wait, what? What? We need Mitsuri to back up Day. We do. Day be normal is like saying water be dry. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Tiny Gunnar Day. This is a bunch of slander. This is a bunch of slander. I don't want to hear that from the guy who fucking prides himself on being the top fucking supporter of the NSFW channel. I don't want to hear that. Okay. Corn? You mean porn? You can be chaos undivided. I don't think you're smarter enough or enough of an asshole to follow Tzeentch. You don't think I'm smart enough? You didn't even say that word properly, Heart. Fuck you. Khorne, for how brutal he is all about honorable combat. Skarbrand got exiled not because he dared to fight Khorne, but because he stabbed him literally in the back. Day casually goon-maxing? No. Domain expansion. Hi, Sergeant Salamander. Hello. Tenchi, we need you, Oshi. I like Tzeentch. True, he's spitting. Okay, Miss Girl Dinner Post. Listen, we don't talk about what I said was my girl dinner, alright? We don't need to talk about that, okay? You guys have to understand, we gotta act a little bit normal, alright? We gotta act a little bit normal. Have a little decorum, at least. Just a little bit. We don't talk about what happens in the Discord. But if you haven't joined the Discord, you should join the Discord. How am I the least goony one here and I haven't truly kissed the girl? Just kiss the girl. Wait, what about girl dinner? Nothing. Don't search up girl dinner in the NSFW channel in the Discord. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We have to be normal once in a while. All Khorne homies hate Tzeentch. Really? Tzeentch is a bitch shaped like a bitch, acts like a bitch, smells like a bitch. God damn, Void. God damn. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Sergeant Salamander. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day too. I'm going right now. Okay, bye, wee man. Alright, let's continue this.
Architect of fate. The demons of Tzeentch mirror his chaotic essence. Horrors, his foot soldiers, manifest as ever-shifting creatures of warp energy, dividing into smaller forms when destroyed. Flamers serve as ranged attackers, engulfing enemies in eldritch fire. Tzeentch's most feared demons are the Lords of Change, greater demons that combine magical mastery with incredible intelligence, directing his armies and spreading destruction through spellcraft. His realm in the warp is an incomprehensible maze of shifting pathways and impossible geometry. Its center holds the Impossible Fortress, an ever-changing structure that reflects Tzeentch's chaotic nature. The labyrinthine design ensures that only the most cunning can navigate it. Among Tzeentch's champions is Magnus the Red, the demon primarch of the Thousand Suns, who embodies the god's thirst for knowledge and mastery of sorcery. Ahriman, Magnus's chief sorcerer, carries out Tzeentch's will, endlessly seeking forbidden knowledge. And Kairos Fateweaver, a two-headed lord of change who moves Tzeentch's schemes forward across the galaxy. Nurgle, also known as the Plague Father, is the chaos god of decay, disease, and despair. He represents the inevitability of entropy and death, yet paradoxically he also embodies resilience and the will to endure hardship. Followers of Nurgle embrace pestilence and suffering, believing it grants them
Did you guys know Nurgle is one of my friends? Yeah. Hi, Nurgle. Nurgle loves you, Day. I know, but listen. Okay, and I've said this before. Okay, actually, this slime is not slimy enough. Oh my god, Day. What the fuck is that? Why is that your dinner? Shut up! It's all I can afford. No, really? Okay, listen. The thing is, okay, was basically, right? I don't like the idea of sickness. I don't like it. I don't like disease and boils and all that pimples and bleh. Hammer got caught stealing content from another YouTuber. He addressed it, then deleted the video. Oh shit, I didn't know about that. Today's gonna be my first time ever reacting to him, so we'll deal with that when we deal with that. Not gonna lie, I didn't even know you had an NSFW channel. Yeah, we do. But the rot comes for us lovingly. I don't want the rot. But why? Because I don't like it. I don't like disease. Hold on, I need to go get different slime. Yes, I know I said I don't like boils and that, but I like slime, okay? I like slime things. Okay, and I think that's totally normal and acceptable. This slime specifically smells like grapes. Okay. I don't see it in the list. I blame date. You have to get the role for NSFW. So, when you select your roles, you have to agree that you're above the age of 18. Let me see. Yeah, you go channels and roles, and then you put, are you 18? Oh, want to see the dark side of SFW? And then you click yes, and then you could see the role. But you have to see that. You have to check that first. Have to manually get the role for it? Shake my head. Yes, you do. I'm sorry I have to have you put in a little bit of work, a little bit of effort. Apologies, I guess. Okay. Also, can you guys hear the slime? I hope not. Tell me if you can. Because I don't want it to be distracting while we're watching this. But I like playing with stuff. I like playing with my hands while we watch things. The first time I went in, I saw a girl and doggy and things were clapping and the dude was opening Pokemon packs. What the fuck? Apology not accepted, but I appreciate the thought. Oh, you're welcome. Just a bit. This seems about right. I didn't do that. That wasn't me, though. I didn't post that. Okay? Stop making it seem like I'm the one posting an NSFW. I don't post an NSFW. Alright? I am a wholesome Christian girl. Alright? Alright? You did? No, I didn't. I don't post an NSFW. I don't do it. You can never catch me slacking in there. Me, a gooner, could never be me. Can't believe they posted that. I never did. What happened to your hair? I just went bald for a second. Don't worry about it. We all know that is Grizzly's lair. Exactly. It's Grizzly's lair. It's not mine. It has nothing to do with me. It's literally there meant for you guys to goon together. You know, which I think is kind of gay. Like, let's just be honest for a second. It's a little gay. It's a little gay to be gooning together. I'm just saying. Y'all swapping each other's goon sesh and you're thinking that's not gay. It's a little gay. It's a little gay. Just a little. Like, you guys gotta make sure you keep the socks on if you're gooning in there together. I'm just saying. Don't you know for each NSFW thing Day does, she loses a single hair? We have run out of hair a long time ago. No, that's not the lore. That's not canon. Now we're just with the science team. I have never gooned there. You're such a liar, Chains. I've seen you in there. What are you talking about, you fucking liar? You liar. Okay. Okay. Anyways, let us continue.
Represents the inevitability of entropy and death, yet paradoxically he also embodies resilience and the will to endure hardship. Followers of Nurgle embrace pestilence and suffering, believing it grants them strength and immunity to fear. He offers them a grim form of hope, shielding his devotees from death's finality through corruption and decay. Nurgle's demons reflect his foul nature. Plague bearers, his infantry, count diseases like blessings and shamble relentlessly into battle. Nurglings, mischievous but vile creatures, swarm enemies with infectious bites,
so
and his greater
gross.
demons, known as Great Unclean Ones, are massive, rotting monstrosities that radiate disease and lead his forces, combining brute strength with a twisted paternal affection. His realm in the warp is a sprawling garden of pestilence and decay. Swamps bubble with toxins, and every inch of its ground hosts some sort of affliction or diseased life. At its heart lies Nurgle's cauldron, an immense pot in which he brews the plagues he spreads across the galaxy. It symbolizes his power to reshape life through corruption. Nurgle's most infamous champions include Mortarion, the demon primarch of the Death Guard who leads relentless campaigns of corruption across the galaxy.
I will say that this one looks really cool. Mortarion looks really fucking cool. I don't know why Mortarion kind of reminds me of what Sama would look like. I think Sama would do a really good cosplay of Mortarion. I'm not gonna lie. He'd probably punch me in the face for saying that. But yeah. Great Unclean Ones, Day, is that you? I'm not unclean! You don't have the gooner tag, so you're not a gooner? Exactly! I'm not a gooner! I'm not! Will clean that channel, or is there a layer of cum on the floor? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Nah. You ain't making me gay and not letting me defend myself. You gay! Bitches be gay! I joined the Discord for purposes. Well, another L for Major Kill, who got his content stolen by Warhammer. Oopsie poopsie. Who's Major Kill? If you guys want to recommend me people to react to, you're gonna have to do it in the reaction ideas and feedback in the Discord. I'm neither a gay or a bitch. We're all a little gay. James, you know you're a femboy. Exactly, you're a femboy. You're a femboy. You're our precious femboy. Yeah, she does. It's in her debut video. Pixie. Okay, I technically have a Gooner art tag that nobody uses. And here's the thing, nobody sees me as a sexy character, so no one makes sexy content of me. So nobody's ever gonna use Pixie. So my Gooner tag technically is capital P-I-X, capital X-X-I-E. I use it. Do you use the Pixie tag? Oh my god, hold on. Now I gotta check. Do you post it on Twitter? Wait. Do you actually? Hold on. Now I gotta check this. I always tag you with it. Oops. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't say that you did, Heart. Hold on. Yeah, see, you just do art day. Because art day is, yeah. I don't follow you with that. It is on my actual NSFW Twitter profile. I don't follow you with that profile. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just not popping up for me in general. So I've never seen it. I don't know. Ya no sé. Great. Now I gotta go make a bunch of pixie art. I don't know. Sweet. Also, is your account private? Because that could be it. If your account's private, I wouldn't be able to see it. Okay. He does use the tag? Why can't I see it? Somebody tag me. Check DMs day? Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Now I gotta look. Now I gotta check this out. Give me a second. Just give me a second. It says that your posts are protected. Yeah, it says that you have a private account. That's why. Are we really going hunting for this? Yes. Now check DMs. Okay. Oh. Wait, can I show this? I don't know if I can. He does use it. Why? Why didn't it show it before? That's so weird. That's so weird. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know why I can't find his profile. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Day, I'm sorry. It was an accident. It was an accident. It was an accident. It was an accident. Hold on. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. You guys saw nothing, right? I don't know why on my phone I can't see any pictures. Huh. Okay. I am so glad I sent the least NSFW one. I'm glad you did too. Okay, anyways, let's go back into this video. There's actual corn. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was an accident. Okay. Okay. We're gonna act like none of that happened. Alright? Alright. We can't let any of the other mods know. None of the strict mods can know that this has been happening today. Okay? We're just gonna pretend that everything's fine.
Hosts some sort of affliction or diseased life. At its heart lies Nurgle's cauldron, an immense pot in which he brews the plagues he spreads across the galaxy. It symbolizes his power to reshape life through corruption. Nurgle's most infamous champions include Mortarion, the demon primarch of the Death Guard who leads relentless campaigns of corruption across the galaxy. Rodriguez Rainfather, a chosen great unclean one, harbinger of unending decay. And Typhus, herald of Nurgle and the Death Guard's first captain. Slanesh, also known as the Dark Prince, is the chaos god of excess, pleasure, and perfection.
Yes.
He's last of the four main gods to manifest, born from the downfall of the Elder Empire and their unrestrained indulgence. Slanesh represents the pursuit of perfection and unending desire, whether in beauty, art, or vice. Mortals are drawn by promises of ecstasy, only to find themselves consumed by their insatiable appetites. In the 41st millennium, Slanesh is
greedy.
considered slightly weaker than the other three major gods due to his sphere of influence and him being the youngest. Slanesh's demonic forces are as captivating as they are lethal. Demonettes, with their unsettling beauty, strike swiftly and overwhelm their foes. Seekers, mounted demons on reptilian steeds, are his relentless hunters. And lastly, the Keepers of Secrets are the greater demons of the Dark Prince. They combine mesmerizing elegance with devastating power, acting as generals of his armies. Slanesh's realm is a sensory overload of beauty and terror. The ever-changing landscapes, filled with intoxicating sights and sounds, ensnare visitors in endless temptation. At its heart lies the Palace of Pleasure, where every desire is fulfilled until it becomes unbearable torment. Notable champions include Fulgrim, the demon primarch of the Emperor's Children, who embodies Slanesh's ideals of perfection and indulgence. Lucius the Eternal, a space marine champion whose curse ensures he reincarnates through anyone who slays him. And Shalaxi Hellbane, a unique keeper of secrets and legendary demonic duelist, renowned for seeking out and challenging the galaxy's mightiest heroes. Malice, sometimes referred to by his older name,
I don't
Malal.
think I've ever heard of Malice. I think this is the first time I've ever heard of Malice. So the other four I remember, and like now that they're talking about it, it's bringing back like memories of what happened. But I don't think I've ever heard of Malice before, so I am curious about this.
Mightiest heroes. Malice, sometimes referred to by his older name, Malal. He is the chaos god of anarchy, rebellion, and self-destruction. Unlike the main four chaos gods, Malice's domain is rooted in chaos's self-consuming nature, thriving on infighting and mutual annihilation. Worshippers of Malice, often called the Sons of Malice, embody this concept by waging war not only on the Imperium, but also on the forces of chaos itself. Malice's presence in the Warhammer universe is enigmatic. Originally introduced in older Warhammer lore, he was largely written out of canon, and references to him became rare. Some remnants of his influence remain, such as the thematic presence of chaos's self-destructive tendencies, but Malice lacks the firmly established lore and active representation seen with the major chaos gods. This has led to fan theories and debates about his role in the universe. As a behind-the-scenes fact, it may be also useful to know that the reason of Malice name change and limited role in the current canon is mostly due to copyright issues with GW's intellectual property. The Minor Gods. Beyond the main four in Malice, the warp brims with countless minor deities. These lesser entities are often spawned from concentrated psychic energy or niche mortal worship. Minor gods may be able to create demons and influence mortal followers, but their power is fleeting or localized compared to their greater counterparts. Still, despite their relative insignificance, minor warp beings represent a threat in the Warhammer universe, as a new chaos power could rise at any time under the right circumstances. A notable example is Vashtor, a chaos entity born from the obsession with technology of mortals, who was able to manifest himself multiple times as a force of chaos undivided. That's the full breakdown of the Chaos Gods in Warhammer 40k. If you have a favorite, share it in the comments below, as well as any fun fact you may know that I haven't covered in this video. On a side note, if you're already familiar with the forces of chaos, you might have noticed that I haven't covered all of the demons for each god, as that would take a lot more time. But if that's an interesting topic, I might create some specific videos for them in the future, going over every demon type available to the four primary gods. And if you don't want to miss the next lore videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Dr. Professor, or Duh Professor, Duh Professor. Thank you so much for this video. I appreciate it. What would you guys say is your guys' favorite, what is your favorite chaos god? Who would you guys worship? I am curious for what you guys would say about that. Because I think my favorite would have to be Slanesh. I think. But it's really a close call between Khorne and Slanesh, to be honest. I think those two would probably be my favorites. We have yet to see, though, because this is actually going to be a more breakdown on the 8 gods of chaos explained. Nurgle, radical self-love. Ooh. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know what happened. Thank you for getting us started. I appreciate you. Probably Zinch, minor threat is highly subjective in 40k. Yeah, that be able to accept myself as I am would be a blessing. Bork and Mork are the only true gods. What's Bork and Mork?
My soldiers push forward! My soldiers scream out! My soldiers raise!
Welcome, welcome, welcome! Welcome in, Raiders! Hello! Greetings, greetings, greetings! Let me give you a quick shout out. Hello! What were you guys up to? What were you guys doing? Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. What were you guys up to? What were you guys doing? Hello, everybody. My name is Tiny Pixie Day. I am a variety streamer. I tend to do reactions, gaming, and a little bit of singing. It's really nice to meet ya. Hello. I returned to streaming after a month. Oh my god, that's awesome. I hope you had fun. What were you guys doing? Was it just like a welcome back? Also, if you don't mind me asking, why did you take a break from VTubing? Hello everybody though. Thank you so much for the raid. If you have to raid and run, I completely understand. Make sure you eat food, drink water, and go to the restroom. Thank you, Pinky Yandere Femboy for the follow. Welcome to the Shimmy Army. I appreciate you. Welcome. Bork and Mork, the biggest of the boys. Bork is brutal but cunning, and Mork is cunning but brutal. Wow. Thank you, chatting in games, life and workout crate. Hello, finally have free time again to stream. That's awesome. Well, I hope that you had a great stream. Make sure you get plenty of relaxation. You don't want to burn yourself out. But I appreciate the raid so much. And if you plan on lurking, thank you so much. But if you can't, I completely understand. Make sure you take care of yourself. Thank you so much for trusting me with your community. I greatly appreciate it. We grew another femboy. Let's go. We love femboys around here. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. So now to transition, we are going to be going into another video. So this video is the 8 Gods of Chaos Explained, Warhammer 40k. If I had to pick a chaos god for Day to be a champion of, it'd be Khorne. I'm not a fanboy, sure. The orcs are locked in the eternal disagreement about which is truly God. They constantly duke it out about it. Look into Gazgul for more info. I will. Actually, I do want to learn more about the orc history because personally, I like the orcs only for the fact, yes, I know, heresy, but only for the fact that I like that they're kind of like mushrooms. I like they're like shroomies. They grow like fungi. They're just a bunch of fungi, you know? Which makes them really deadly, like very infestatious, you know? I like it. The orcs and their ancestors, the Quarks. Quarks? There we go! Alright. So, let's get into this one. This is the 8 Gods of Chaos Explained, Warhammer 40k lore, by Wes Hammer. So, let's get into it. Let's see what this got. Pew, 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 pew.
I'll admit I'm a little bit biased here, but in my opinion, Warhammer 40k has some of the best lore of any modern franchise. The only issue is, it can sometimes be a confusing, impenetrable mess. However, it's always remained remarkably clear on at least one thing. There are only 4 Chaos Gods. There's Khorne, the Lord of Blood and Skulls, Nurgle, the god of pestilence and decay, Slaanesh, the Dark Prince of Excess, and Tzeentch, the Architect of Fate. This is one of the first things that 40k fans learn about the franchise, and it's considered to be pretty entry-level lore. But what if everyone's wrong? What if everything we've been told about the Chaos Gods is a lie, and there's actually a whole lot more of them than we originally thought? Now, this theory that there are more Chaos Gods outside the original 4 is something that fans have been speculating on forever, but for many years, all we ever really had to go off of was tiny isolated pieces of lore, pieces of a puzzle with no framework to put them together in. So the theory seemed more like wishful thinking than anything else. However, that all started to change a few years back, when Games Workshop released a seemingly innocuous book that held within its pages a treasure trove of new lore. Lore that implied the fans weren't as crazy as some believed, and there very well may be 4 additional Chaos Gods. But if this is true, and there's actually 8 Chaos Gods in total, then why have we never seen any of the other 4? Who are they? Are they characters we've already encountered, or are they newcomers who have yet to make their lore debut? How powerful are they, and what's their role within the Chaos Pantheon? Well, in this video, we're going to be diving into all that and a whole lot more, in order to pin down and identify who these other 4 gods are, and what their existence means for the future of 40k. A quick disclaimer before we dive in though. You're going to need your tinfoil hats for this one, as this lore is still
I have one of those. Hold on. I got you. Don't worry about it. Hold on. Tinfoil hat. Tinfoil hat. Tinfoil hat. Hey, 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 hey. Tinfoil. Tinfoil hat. There we go. Da, ba, ba. One. Ah, ah. There we go. Beep. Ah, 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 ah. Okay. Eep. There we go. 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 All right, hold on. Now I'm too small. Whip, 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 whip. In the grim, dark universe of the 40k, the orcs are the only ones genuinely having a good time with very little deliberate malice in their actions, and that scarily enough makes them the closest things to good in the story. Yeah. Tinfoil hat time! Tinfoil hat time! Westhammer, let's go! Papa Nurgle welcomes you with open arms. I don't think I want to be welcomed with open arms from Nurgle. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I want it. I don't think I want him. I don't think I want his slimy, grubby hands to touch me. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be diddled, okay? I don't think that's a bad thing to not want to be diddled. I don't want to be diddled, okay? I don't. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I got my tinfoil hat ready and tinfoil bucket of popcorn. Ooh, you know what? Some popcorn does sound nice. I'm not gonna lie. The orcs are locked in an internal disagreement about which is truly God. They constantly duke it out about it. Look into Gazgul for more info. The orcs are the only ones having a great time. Big, wet Nurgle kisses. No! Get back! Get back with your Nurgle kisses! Get back! I don't want him! I don't want your Nurgle kisses! Get back or I'll shoot! I'll shoot! Don't tap me! That's right! That's right! That's right! You don't wanna fuck with me! I'm strapped! I'm strapped with my acorn. That's right! That's right! And guess what? Bolters don't work with Nurgle. Well, they're gonna work today! That's the second scary fact. Nurgle is the only Chaos God that actually cares about his followers. Yeah, I do know that. Okay, and I can appreciate that. However, I don't like it still. It doesn't make me want it anymore. Oh shit, they got the pixie gun? I got the pixie gun, bitches! That's right. Behave. Alright. Let's continue. He glows. Exactly. He glows and he's stinky. He will stinky and glows. I'ma dip. It's late. Later. Goodbye. Bye, Star. Ah, my ass. You turned around so I could shoot that ass, huh? That's crazy. Personally, I don't know what it's like to turn around for a VTuber to shoot their ass, but it's crazy that it's happened more than twice now. Laying on the ground lifeless from the shot, deserved. Not just the pixie gun, the prestiged pixie gun. Exactly. This is the prestige version. That's right. I'm a follower of Nurgle. Oh,
How did I get so many Nurgle boys to be a fan of me? I talk the most shit about Nurgle. How do you guys stick around me? I don't understand it. It's like you guys are trying to convert me. Every time that I talk about Nurgle, instead of like people getting defensive and being like, no, trust me, Nurgle's the best, they're like, it's okay. You will fall for our Lord. You will fall for our Lord. And I'm like, no. And they're like, and they proceed to be like, you will fall for the Lord. You will fall for the Lord. You will. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. And they're like, fall for him. Nurgle will protect you. Nurgle will love you. Nurgle will always be here to appreciate you and your meaningless existence. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. Because rotten death is absolute and you will embrace it. Everyone is welcomed in Nurgle's domain. Our Lord Papa Nurgle loves you, even if you don't love him back. Y'all are psycho, dude. You guys are like a psycho ex that's reminding me, listen, hey, you can't get out of the relationship unless I tell you you can get out of the relationship. You motherfuckers scare me. Y'all scare me, okay? I gotta admit. I'm primarily a D&D guy, so Lathander is my boy. Okay. You know what? Fair enough. Alright. Let's keep it going. Oh my goodness.
A lot more in order to pin down and identify who these other 4 gods are and what their existence means for the future of 40k. A quick disclaimer before we dive in though. You're gonna need your tinfoil hats for this one, as this lore is still pretty new and a lot of what we're gonna be talking about could reasonably be called a 40k conspiracy theory. I've done a ton of research and I'll be using real lore to back up everything I present in this video, but at the end of the day, you should take it with a reasonable grain of salt. Okay, that being said, my god am I excited to talk about this one. I thought this would be a quick video that would only take me a few days to research and put together, and then I ended up spending like 2 weeks on it. I got sucked down another one of those classic Warhammer lore rabbit holes that threw my whole schedule right out the window. Editors, I am so sorry I am making you cram on this one at the end of the month. I love you. You're the real ones. Please don't leave me. Okay, anyways, with all that out of the way, let's dive headfirst into the grimdark. But first, if you've been watching my channel for a while, then you already know I'm a huge fan of Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus, the sponsor of today's video. It's the definitive tactical Warhammer gaming experience on mobile, letting you jump into fast-paced, brutal skirmishes anytime, anywhere, with over 70 iconic champions from 19 playable factions. The big news this month is that Tacticus is getting its very first legendary battle pass, featuring the man himself, chapter master of the Ultramarines, Marneus Calgar. In-game, Calgar is a powerhouse tank that can unleash some devastating AoE attacks, so definitely somebody that you want in your squad. Mark your calendars because this legendary battle pass is dropping on November 30th and you're not going to want to miss out. What makes Tacticus so good in my opinion is how simple it is to pick up and play, but how much depth there is under the hood. Positioning matters, timing matters, and every single champion brings unique passives and active abilities that reward smart planning and clever combos. It nails that sweet spot of being easy to learn but challenging to master. And this game is absolutely packed with content. I'm talking faction-based campaigns, PvP arenas, co-op guild raids, special events, salvage missions, and more. Plus, they're adding new stuff all the time. If you haven't tried it yet, now is the perfect opportunity. Click on the link in the description down below to download Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus for free today. And when you do, use my code WesCalgar for a ton of free rewards. Big thanks to Tacticus for sponsoring this video. The theory that there are more than 4 Chaos Gods has always existed in some form or another, but it gained a lot more traction in 2023 with the release of the Burning of Ommat supplement. This book introduced rules for using bound demons in games of Horus Heresy Age of Darkness, and the rules themselves were received well enough. But what truly captured the community's attention, and why this book is referenced so often, was the lore accompanying those rules. Lore that some dismissed as fluffy flavor text, while others took as direct confirmation that there may be more Chaos Gods than the setting traditionally acknowledges. If you don't play the tabletop game, here's a quick rundown of how these books work because it's important to understand the framework here. Whenever you get a supplement or a codex for your army, you usually get a list of sub-factions in it as well. These add additional special rules that let you flavor your force in such a way that two players could be running the same army, but have them play and feel completely different. For Chaos, especially with demons, these sub-factions traditionally come in the form of the 4 known gods. If you pick Nurgle, you get extra toughness and are harder to kill, and if you pick Khorne, you get more strength and you do a lot more damage. You get the idea. But this supplement was different. It didn't just have the usual 4 we would expect. It gave us 8 distinct sub-factions in the form of the etheric domains of Chaos. The accompanying lore told us that demons from each of these domains were said to be similar in appearance and disposition, and were all linked to the same inscrutable patron, i.e. each domain has its own god and their demons are reflections of them, just like what we know to be true about the 4 main Chaos gods. These 8 domains were the etheric domain of encroaching ruin, of putrid corruption, of heedless slaughter, of rapturous sensation, of formless distortion, of ravenous dissolution, of infernal tempest, and of malevolent artifice. Alongside the etheric domains, we were provided with a very peculiar diagram that showed the symbol of chaos, the 8-pointed star, with one of these domains at each of its points, and the primordial annihilator positioned in the center. Now, traditionally speaking, the primordial annihilator is a term used to represent chaos as a unified antagonistic force, so chaos united or chaos undivided. But some fans have gone even further and speculated that this primordial annihilator may eventually manifest as a 9th chaos god, one formed through the fusion of all of chaos into a single supremely powerful entity. And there is some precedence to that, considering that there's the whole prophesized great beast thing from Warhammer Fantasy. Now, I wanted to acknowledge this theory, but for the purposes of this video, I'm mostly going to be focused on the 8 domains themselves, as the evidence to support the existence of a sentient primordial annihilator is somehow even more sparse, and we're already dipping pretty deep into tinfoil hat territory as it is. But anyways, I'm getting a little bit off topic. Although many people have already speculated on the implications of this book, I feel like a lot of them skimmed over the most important part, the diagram itself, as it contains more information about the mystery gods than all of the rest of the lore in this book combined. It's my belief that the domain's placement in the diagram of the Chaos Star is not random, but intentional and important. We can learn a lot about a god before we even know its name simply by examining its placement, namely which gods stand to their left and right, and which ones are on the opposite side from them. So our first task is to eliminate the 4 domains associated with the 4 known gods to give us a place to start. Generally speaking, the 40k lore community tends to agree on the following pairings. We've got Heedless Slaughter in Khorne, Rapturous Sensation in Slaanesh, Infernal Tempest in Tzeentch, and Putrid Corruption with Nurgle. These pairings are widely accepted because their thematic descriptions, pictured here on screen, align extremely well. However, there is one complication. The descriptions are vague enough that one could reasonably argue that almost any domain could apply to any of the gods in one way or another. There's a domain of Artifice, for example, which means demon engines, and that's something that all of the gods use. And at least 3 of them refer to change, magic, or fire, so which one is actually Tzeentch?
So basically with...
How do we confirm?
So basically with this example, right? I'm sorry, I like kind of zoned in for like a solid fucking minute because I was genuinely just trying to listen and understand and learn. Because that's the thing about like Warhammer, I want to learn about it, you know? So, okay. Heedless Slaughter. Okay. So much lore. Yeah, there is so much lore to this. So if I'm understanding correct, Putrid Corruption, Ravenous Dissolution, Rapturous Sensation, Malevolent Artifice? Is YouTube shelving my messages for you too? Were you typing anything else? All are welcome to walk the garden, for there is no point in fighting the inevitable. All who have lived will succumb to rot. All things, even time has an end. Okay, y'all, you see? Y'all are trying to get me to accept this fucking... you guys are trying to get me to accept Nurgle into my life. I don't want to accept Nurgle into my life. I don't want to. Papa Nurgle can help you with that relationship. Embrace the day. It will relieve you pain and suffering. I don't want it. I don't want it. Embrace the raw day. It will... Oh my god. No. Fun thing about West Hammer, his house got flooded once, and the first thing him and his wife saved was his Warhammer figures, because they're both fanatical Warhammer fans. Aw, so much lore, because he loves you. I don't care if Nurgle loves me. I don't want to love Nurgle. I also heard he's a fan of pixies, and I don't want to be his pixie. You don't need to accept him into your life when hell accepts you in your death. Oh my god, you guys. I can't. But anyways, back into this. So, what would you guys say? Would you guys say that it is pretty conspiracy theorist to be like, there's 4 other gods? Like, would you guys... Okay, because clearly West Hammer obviously thinks that this means there are 4 other... there are 4 other up-and-coming, I'm assuming, Warhammer gods. Would you guys even accept new Warhammer gods? That's my question to you, actually. Because it's one thing to be like, okay, they've been hinting at this for years, blah, 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 blah. But, like, this seems like it's a pretty new and, like, it seems like it's a new concept that Gamer Workshop has been going around with. If they were to present you with 4 new gods, would you guys accept it? And would any of you sway from your current gods to this? That is my question for all of you. It depends on how well they're written. Chaos is a spectrum. I would, but I think it would be kind of hard for a new god to appear in this day and age of Warhammer 40k. That's my concerns, because I feel like there's so much lore and so much specifics about the current 4 gods. It would be really hard, I think, to, like, maneuver a whole new faction of gods into this. You know what I mean? Tinfoil time. The Primarchs each have a warp entity of reasonable power within them, each one of them embodying something different. The Emperor in canon had to steal something from the warp to make each one. No, I'd say the void left is substantial enough. However, whether we'd ever see or interact with them, I don't know. Okay.
That one could reasonably argue that almost any domain could apply to any of the gods in one way or another. There's a domain of artifice, for example, which means demon engines, and that's something that all of the gods use. And at least 3 of them refer to change, magic, or fire, so which one is actually Tzeentch? How do we confirm these pairings are correct? Well, first, we need to understand the relationships between each of the 4 gods and how that applies to the diagram. It's true that all of the Chaos Gods are locked in eternal conflict with one another in what they call the Great Game. But the lore tells us that each one has a sibling that they hate the most and one that they hate the least. It's oversimplifying it, but we can think of them as an allied god and a rival god. Khorne aligns most closely with Nurgle, while Slaanesh aligns most closely with Tzeentch. Conversely, Tzeentch and Nurgle are bitter opposites, just as Khorne and Slaanesh are directly opposed. With that knowledge in hand, the logic behind
Khorne
how—
and Slaanesh are directly opposed? How is Khorne my papa and Slaanesh my mom then? What is this? Everything that I know is a lie. Why didn't any of you try and correct me about that? No, they're polar opposites? Wait. It's a lovers to romance arc. That's why. I am a hate baby. They made a hate baby out of me. Product of hate fuck? That's what I'm saying. I'm literally the product of a hate fuck. Oh my god. We were waiting for you to be a bit more older, Day. Damn, my parents hate each other. Oh, I feel like I'm watching my fucking parents get divorced right now, dude. Okay, but also, hold on. Why is this kind of odd, though? Damn, Mom and Dad. Damn. I don't know. It's something about this. It's something about the sunshine, baby. And she do it all you like. Oh my goodness. As long as the changes aren't making the Emperor a proud lesbian woman, I think that most people are cool with it. especially since the femsoids were just for DEI when the Sisters of Battle were there. I have no idea what most of that means. I don't think I know what the femsoids are. Cute crab claws. Hi, Grunchka. Hello. Life begins at conception. That's all I'll say. Okay. Okay. Goddamn. Okay. There we go. So Nurgle and Zinch are opposites. Huh.
Khorne aligns most closely with Nurgle, while Slaanesh aligns most closely with Tzeentch. Conversely, Tzeentch and Nurgle are bitter opposites, just as Khorne and Slaanesh are directly opposed. With that knowledge in hand, the logic behind how the diagram is arranged becomes a lot more clear, and we can discern 4 main points. Number 1, the domains associated with the 4 major Chaos Gods are positioned at the intercardinal points, with the Mystery Gods at the cardinal points. 2, each god sits directly across from the domain of their traditional rival. 3, when the diagram is divided vertically, each god appears on the same side as the deity that they're most closely aligned with. And 4, and this one's a bit of a side note that will come up later in the video, the diagram can also provide us important information when it's divided horizontally as well. This structure lets us confidently approach the remaining 4 domains and their associated gods. As it stands to reason, they follow the same logic. Thus, we can narrow down the list of candidates by establishing 3 criteria that they must follow. Number 1, their nature must align with the description of their assigned etheric domain. Number 2, they must be conceptually opposed to the deity represented by the domain directly across from them on the diagram. And number 3, they should be thematically compatible with the deities beside them, causing the least amount of friction with their adjacent allies and sharing traits reflective of their placement. Okay, so now that we've got all of the boring stuff out of the way, we can get into the real meat and potatoes of this video and speak with confidence about the identity of the 4 mystery gods. And we'll kick things off with the one that's probably the least mysterious and will surprise absolutely no one: Vashtor the Arcaphane and the etheric domain of malevolent artifice. Just as chaos reflects back a twisted mockery of humanity's every facet, so too is the very drive to create perverted into a malevolent and destructive force within the immaterium. Conjured forth into real space, such demonkind harness the works of mortals as a vector for their own annihilation. Their monstrous machine entity forms at once a mimicry of flesh and artifice, every action made to demonstrate their supremacy over both mortal beings and everything they deign to create. If you're unfamiliar with him, Vashtor is a greater demon of chaos undivided, but he's routinely referred to in the lore as a demigod due to the influence he wields and his explicit ambition to eventually become a full-fledged chaos god. As the demonic patron of engineers, artisans, and scientists, Vashtor is empowered by the minds of the recklessly curious and dangerously inquiring. He embodies the mortal desire to analyze and understand natural forces and then bend them, often violently, to their own will. He draws strength from the pursuit of knowledge and technological progress taken to its darkest extremes, innovation stripped of morality, curiosity devoid of consciousness. He possesses near limitless control over machinery and technology, and rules over his own profane warp realm known as the Forge of Souls. The Forge of Souls is a colossal metaphysical foundry of dark iron and choking steam, a hellscape of blasphemous industry where legions of demon engines and other accursed constructs are forged, tested, and sold to the highest bidder. I'll be honest with you, the topic of identifying the 4 mystery chaos gods revolves a certain amount of speculation and theory crafting. But when it comes to this one in particular, we can almost be completely certain it's talking about Vashtor. Not only does the description of the Artifice domain match his nature perfectly, but the very first thing we learned about him when he was introduced to the lore a few years back was that this dude was actively trying to become the next Chaos God. What I find even more intriguing is his placement between Tzeentch and Slaanesh. At first, it struck me as odd, but the deeper I looked into it, the more it started to make perfect sense. Think about it, Vashtor is essentially a conceptual midpoint between what both Tzeentch and Slaanesh represent. Slaanesh is the god of artist, excess, and perfection. Their followers are constantly pushing creative expression to new and often horrifying extremes in pursuit of achieving ultimate perfection. Vashtor operates the same way, except his form of artistic pursuit is focused specifically on engineering, invention, and the perfection of machinery, whereas the followers of
So, these are the toaster fuckers, right? if I'm remembering correctly, this is what we call the toaster fuckers. Am I remembering that right? Stop by a brat and embrace the rot. You're making Grandpa sad. The gog suckers. Yes. Okay. The rot in evangelism has been tapped by the funny. Cog suckers? Oh, cog suckers. Yes. Yeah, the cog suckers. Okay, they are the toaster fuckers. Okay, I just had to be sure. The dark toaster frackers. Gotcha. Okay. I'm asking for clarification. You guys know me. Whenever I come to Warhammer stuff, I will ask about it. But that's what I remember them as. Because you have to remember, for me, I'm really bad at remembering names of people, right? So, like, I forget Zinch's name all the time. Not because I mean to, but because it's kind of a hard name to remember. All Borg, no Gannic. Yeah. And so because I'm really bad at learning names, I tend to give them a nickname. So for them, I know them as toaster fuckers, because I thought that was funny when we talked about them last time. Okay. So they are the inbred baby of Slaanesh and Tzeentch. Huh. Wow, they're all just fucking each other. That's crazy.
In pursuit of achieving ultimate perfection. Vastor operates the same way, except his form of artistic pursuit is focused specifically on engineering, invention, and the perfection of machinery, whereas the followers of the Prince of Excess are more often associated with art, poetry, music, that type of stuff. Vastor's got more warpsmiths than he knows what to do with, and Slaanesh has the noise marines. Tzeentch, on the other hand, is the god of change and ruthless ambition. His followers reject hierarchy and tradition, constantly seeking to improve their lot in life by accumulating ever more.
This picture goes hard. This picture specifically goes hard. Inbred of attempted perfection.
Hierarchy and tradition, constantly seeking to improve their lot in life by accumulating ever more power. They believe destiny is not predetermined, and greatness comes to those willing to seize it by any means necessary. And between you and me, I don't think it's possible to be any more ambitious than Vastor. The man is literally declaring his intention to become a god. Now, obviously, he isn't a literal fusion of Slaanesh and Tzeentch, that's not the implication, but his placement between them, indicating their allyship, fits perfectly with the logic of the diagram and with the thematic overlap he shares with both of them. But Wes, I hear you asking, Vastor isn't a chaos god, he just wants to be one. Doesn't that disqualify him? No, it doesn't. And this is where warp logic tends to trip people up. Time does not exist in the warp. It's a construct of the physical universe. The gods are not bound by linear history the way that mortals are. From the warp's perspective, Slaanesh has both always and never existed simultaneously, even though here in the physical, we know exactly when they were born in the 30th millennium. That's why Slaanesh demons appear in the lore before the fall of the Eldar actually created them. The rule of thumb is simple. If a god will ever exist at any point in creation, then in the warp, they've always existed. With that in mind, the presence of a realm of artifice strongly implies that Vastor will ascend eventually, because the warp is already treating him as if he has. Whether we'll ever see that play out in the material universe is another question entirely. The warp is contradictory, non-linear, and fundamentally insane. Trying to apply real-world logic to it is a direct path to madness, or at least that's what they tell us in the lore. So we've confirmed the identity of one of the mystery gods, but what about the other three? Well, the best place to look next is straight across the spectrum from Vastor towards his theoretical rival deity, the patron of formless distortion, an entity that I believe to be the Pater Mutatus, the father of mutation. Even as demons manifest as obscene parodies of mortal forms, the true essence of chaos is endlessly shifting and unknowable, twisting, changing, and perverting everything it touches. Some demons who cross the veil into real space embodied this ceaseless distortion to its fullest extent, shaping themselves into roiling agglomerations of immaterial flesh and bone, for whom death was simply one component of the eternal metamorphosis they would inflict upon the material world. Okay, this is probably the god that we're going to spend the most time on, because he's easily the most confusing. And naturally, most 40k fans have a lot of questions the moment that you tell them that good old fabulous Bill may have become a chaos god. Further complicating things
him in something before. Was he the one? Because, okay, I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if we turned it into a video or not. But do you guys remember that, for those of you that were there, because I know there's a lot of new people here, but for those of you that were there, are there any of you that were there when I reacted to a fan-made movie and there was like baby heads and stuff like that? Is this the guy that likes having the baby heads and all of that? Is this like Frankenstein? Or am I tripping? I want to get into playing Warhammer 40k, but the Magic the Gathering has got me into a financial chokehold. Fair. No? Okay. Hell's Reach? No, it wasn't Hell's Reach. Fuck, what was it? It was another one. Who was it on? That was a tech priest. Okay. Thank you, wee man. Thank you. Okay. So this is not the same person. Okay. Was it when they go into the sleeping chambers of the Necrons? Yes. It was that one. I think it was that one. If I'm remembering it correctly, I think it was that one. Yes. The sleeping chambers of the Necron. It was old Greg. No, I'm fairly sure we haven't seen him yet. Okay, so this is my first time seeing this guy. Okay. Sounds good. No, that was a regular Abductus Mechanicus. Oh, okay. Regular schmegular Joe. Okay.
One component of the eternal metamorphosis they would inflict upon the material world. Okay, this is probably the god that we're going to spend the most time on, because he's easily the most confusing. And naturally, most 40k fans have a lot of questions the moment that you tell them that good old fabulous Bill may have become a chaos god. Further complicating things is the fact that the Pator Mutatus has only ever been mentioned within the Fabius Bile trilogy, and even for readers who have gone through these books, his lore is presented in a way that's scattered, subtle, and kind of difficult to follow. So I'm going to do my best to pull out the relevant information from across the trilogy and break it down as simply and clearly as possible. But full warning, there's going to be spoilers for this trilogy in here. If you're unfamiliar with the character, Fabius Bile goes by many names: the Spider, the Primogenitor, the Clone Lord, and most recently, the Pator Mutatus. Originally the chief apothecary of the Emperor's Children during the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy, he has long since abandoned his legion and pursues his own path. He commands a warband made up of apothecaries from multiple Chaos Legions, all united under his personal agenda. Bile is a master fleshcrafter. He was the one who enhanced his fellow legionnaires during the heresy, and he pushed the art of cloning to heights the Imperium still can't match. This is the man who successfully cloned every single Primarch hundreds if not thousands of times over, and became the only human ever permitted to study fleshcrafting under the Dark Eldar homunculi in the depths of Camorra. Across his trilogy, we see Bile create all manner of mutants, beastmen, clones, genetic abominations, all in the pursuit of creating something truly remarkable. His first major breakthrough comes with the Glandhounds, superior human beings with no sense of fear, created with a refined version of Space Marine gene seed, lessened in potency to the point where the survival rate of implementation was near 100%. These men and women were described as slabs of chiseled muscle, the human form so perfected that it was uncanny and disturbing, i.e., they were too perfect. Finally, Bile would create his magnum opus, the New Men, Homo Novus, a successor to the Glandhounds and his intended replacement for humanity. They were stronger, smarter, more durable, and in his mind, less doomed to repeat the same mistakes of our species' past.
So basically, the inspiration of this guy is, do you guys remember that guy that did the sperm in the chicken egg? Do you guys remember that? He basically did that with humans and created his own faction and like beefed them up with monsters. Hello, Jay, is that a tinfoil hat? Yes, it is! Hi, Farhan! Hello! Welcome in. Around 600 books? Yeah. Pretty sure he's the one Flash gets parodied as making female psycho warriors. Oh, gotcha. Dude, I do love Flash Gets. Flash Gets is so good. You remember that Russian dude too? Yeah, I'll never forget it. Dude, that was wild. That was wild. So like the way I'm thinking about it, this guy is just that guy. This guy was just made because of that guy. This guy exists because that guy ran. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna call him chicken fucker. Yeah, I know he probably didn't fuck a chicken, but I'm gonna call him chicken fucker.
Hounds and his intended replacement for humanity. They were stronger, smarter, more durable, and in his mind, less doomed to repeat the same mistakes of our species' past. Bile believes that humanity cannot truly be saved. It must be replaced with an improved version, built from the same genetic template. His plan is to seed billions of these new men on worlds across the Imperium, where they will embed themselves within society.
That's heresy. Why is there a girl? There shouldn't be girls. Weren't girls banned? I'm so confused. Last time I checked, I wasn't allowed in here. Why is there a red hair, blue eyed girl like me? Just making homunculus for fun? I thought girls weren't allowed in Warhammer. Volume? What about the volume? The volume is low? I think it might only be on your end, hon. I'm so sorry. No, there's the Battle Sisters and the Sisters of Silence. Oh, okay.
With an improved version built from the same genetic template. His plan is to seed billions of these new men on worlds across the Imperium, where they will embed themselves within society, and over the coming millennia, they will continue to reproduce until they eventually outnumber baseline humanity, replacing them in the way that we once replaced the Neanderthals. That leaves the question, what happened to his earlier creations such as the Beastmen and all of the other species of mutants? What role did they play in him achieving godhood? His relationship with his children, as he calls them, was complicated. On one hand, they were failures, simple stepping stones on his journey to create Homo Novus. On the other hand, he felt a reluctant, unspoken paternal attachment to them. So instead of destroying them, he would use them in various ways until they were no longer of any use to him, after which he would just abandon them on isolated worlds. Surprisingly, his creations never resented him for this. To them, he was the being who gave them life, their father, a god. Over time, this became a primitive mutant religion, venerating Bile as the Pater Mutatis, the father of mutation, a god that, unlike the other Chaos gods, is viewed as somewhat benevolent, if a bit aloof, one that gives them life and keeps them safe, one who ensures that their children will have a chance to grow and their harvest will always be plentiful. These beliefs would spread amongst all of his creations, from the gibbering abominations to the beastmen, to the gland hounds, and even to Homo Novus, despite Bile's insistence that gods did not exist. Over time, their societies would grow and spread, their collective faith gradually coalescing in the warp as a budding new chaos deity. Now, there are two details that I didn't pick up on right away that make all of this a lot more interesting. First, when you're reading this trilogy, it feels like it takes place in the current era of 40k. There's nothing really to say that it isn't. But then it's revealed in the second book with a throwaway line that the events are actually occurring in the 34th millennium. This means that the Pater Mutatis was only beginning to form during the story. 7,000 to 8,000 years have passed since then, which is plenty of time for his mutants to multiply 1,000,000 times over and their collective worship to strengthen this new god. Now, the second thing, and this is definitely the biggest spoiler for the trilogy, but Bile actually dies near the end of the third book. Now, he's died 1,000,000 times before. He's the Clone Lord. Every time he dies, he transfers his consciousness into another one of his clones and he just keeps on going. But this time it doesn't happen. This time he dies for real. And this occurs because he chooses to sacrifice himself in a pact with Fulgrim and presumably the Chaos Gods to ensure his children's safety over the coming millennia. Now granted, he doesn't stay dead, he gets better. In the epilogue, we learn that he resurrected himself thousands of years later in the modern setting, shortly after the fall of Cadia and the formation of the Great Rift. So this now leaves the universe with dozens of Bile clones which had remained active while he was dead, and two, quote, real Biles. Number one, the resurrected original, who is linked to all of his clones and can experience what they experience, and two, the Pater Mutatis, the lesser chaos god tied to mutation and formless change formed by Bile's worship. Now, whether this deity was formed from Bael's soul after he sacrificed himself for his children, or its birth just came about naturally from so many people worshipping it, it's a mystery that's yet to be explained. Souls in 40k are weird enough as it is, but we're talking about the dude with probably the most fractured soul of all time, as he's cloned himself hundreds of times over, died and transferred his consciousness just as many times, and had at least one true death and resurrection. So who can really say what's going on with his spiritual essence? Personally, this is the way I like to explain it. The Pater Mutatis is Bael, but Bael is not the Pater Mutatis. One was formed from the other, but the other one still exists, and thus they're two separate entities. There's still a lot we could discuss about Bael and the Pater Mutatis, like how, if we're being honest, Bael's path through life mirrors the Emperor's in way too many uncomfortable ways, or, for example, the whole King of Feathers prophecy from the trilogy, and the possibility that the Harlequins and even the Laughing God himself have been subtly guiding Bael towards his ascension, which, if that's true, then it implies that Chegarak sees his rise as the Pater Mutatis as something vitally important to preventing Ranadandra, the final Chaos victory, and it's a key part of his plan to, quote, play one final joke on Slaanesh. But we don't have time for any of that, and we'll have to save it for
Warhammer has the Joker? What the fuck? When did the Joker get involved in this shit? Never forget Cadia? The planet fell before the guard Cadia? Cosmic Joker? Just came to drop a thumbs up and help with the algorithm. I'm heading home now from my night shift. It's 9:23 a.m. I've stayed awake for a whole 26 hours. See you in a bit. Bye for now. Bye, Farhan. Be safe, please. Please drive home safe. Please, please, please. I can't believe there's a Joker. There's no law against the Pokemon, Batman. No, there is a law against the Pokemon, okay? And you will never be able to tell me otherwise. God damn it. God damn it. Stop trying to fuck the Pokemon, guys. I can't believe there's... Can't end on a loss as a god in Warhammer? Yeah. Then Slaanesh was born before the Laughing God looked at it and laughed, and that's how he survived. When Slaanesh was born, the Laughing God looked at it and laughed. That's how he survived. Oh, okay. I see. Alright. Now I kind of want to learn about the Harlequins.
Pater Mutatis
Does this
as something
actually
vitally
sound-
important to preventing
I've never
Ranadandra,
heard
the
of
final
it before.
Chaos victory, and it's a key part of his plan to, quote, play one final joke on Slaanesh. But we don't have time for any of that, and we'll have to save it for another video. So, does
Do
the
we
Pater
gotta?
Mutatis make sense as the deity of formless distortion? That's the big question. And more importantly, does it satisfy all of the criteria that we set up in the beginning of the video? The Pater Mutatis is generally understood to be a god of mutants and mutation, derived from Bael's millennia of cloning and flesh crafting. The domain of formless distortion is described as a realm of metamorphosis, inhabited by demons that appear as, quote, roiling agglomerations of immaterial flesh and bone. In my opinion, a chaos god focused on mutation fits this domain extremely well, based on the description alone. And that alignment becomes even stronger when we examine the relationship between this domain and its rival, Vashtor and Malevolent Artifice. Both entities are focused on creation, but as diametrically opposed forces, they approach creation in completely different ways. Artifice concerns itself with machines, constructs, and demon engines, whereas Distortion is rooted in mutation, flesh crafting, and organic transformation. Vashtor is ruthless and amoral, often showing an almost total absence of emotion when bargaining with other demons. The Pater Mutatis, by contrast, is more emotional in origin, as it's born from a father's instinct to give shape and life to the formless. As a mortal, Bael showed deep affection for his creations and utter contempt for his enemies, even going so far as to take on the role of a messiah figure that sacrificed himself to protect his children. Machines are mathematically precise. Mutation is chaotic, visceral, and unpredictable. The contrast is honestly kind of perfect. I'm also not surprised that the Pater
I would say
Mutatis
that
appears
does
on the side of the star
sound like
opposite
it would
Slaanesh, considering that Bael famously denies Slaanesh's existence and despises Fulgrim and the Emperor's children almost as much as they despise him. What's more peculiar is his placement between Khorne and Nurgle as an allied force, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the parallels between these three. But for me, a few things stand out immediately. First, his deep love for his creations aligns closely with Nurgle, making the father and the grandfather natural allies. As for Khorne, the alignment seems to come not from temperament, but from the Pater Mutatis' focus on organic forms. Khorne despises sorcery and artificial constructs created through profane manipulation of arcane power sources. Mutants may be ugly, but at least they're honest and their strength is natural. Unfortunately, as of the time of this recording, the Pater Mutatis is an entity that we have not actually seen in any meaningful capacity. In the Bile trilogy, it's only referenced a handful of times, and we have no recorded interactions between it and Vastor. The closest proxy that we have for this is Fabius Bile's rivalry with Belisarius Cawl, as demonstrated in the novel Genefather. In my opinion, this stands in as a pretty good proxy for the relationship between Vastor and the Pater Mutatis and their associated domains. Okay, we've talked about the Pater Mutatis and Bile for long enough. Let's shift our focus now to the north-south points on the diagram from before, and we'll start with Ravenous Dissolution and everybody's favorite canon, not canon, but secretly still canon, patron god of edgelords and ska fans, Malice.
Oh, okay, so now we'll talk about Malice, yeah.
Such is the
This one
hatred
makes
that
sense.
swirls within the warp that it encompasses all things, and like the dragon of eternity that feasts upon its own tail, this hatred extends even to itself. To expect rational, insane logic from creatures such as these would be foolish, for chaos was both its name and its nature. Yet in its self-destructive hatred, there was no ally to be found, only a new and more unpredictable foe. Whereas the four major ruinous powers all have clear desires and agenda, war, decay, change, and excess, Malice stands apart. He's traditionally described as the lesser chaos deity of anarchy, terror, mutual ruin, and chaos's own self-destructive, inward-turning nature. He's often called the outcast god or the renegade god, and he represents chaos's compulsion to tear itself apart. His hatred for his enemies is matched only by his hatred for his supposed allies. Naturally, Malice has no friends amongst the pantheon, and those that follow in his teachings seldom live long. Those who choose to follow Malice, most notably the Sons of Malice Chaos Space Marine Warband, wage war against their fellow servants of darkness just as often, if not more often, than they go to war against the Imperium. They believe that true strength comes only from standing alone. If you want a more in-depth look at Malice, his sons, and his...
So these are the edgelords. These are the edgelords. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. Look at this low punny Batman. Ain't she pretty, Batman? No, that's not how it goes. I don't believe that's how it goes at all. So these are the edgelords. Okay. So these are like the lone wolf type. Yeah, lone wolf, edgelords, and black leather jackets. Yeah, that's what these guys are. Okay, these kind of make sense, honestly. Because I would say, I don't know if I would necessarily call any of these gods. More like demigods, sort of, is what it sounds like to me. Rather than like full force strength gods, you know? Edgelords, wow. Yeah, what, Monty? Am I wrong? They are kind of all edgelords, to be honest. No, well, they are, but this one's like I'm okay being alone, guys. Don't worry. Hold on. I can, hold on. Give me a second. It's okay, guys. I'm an edgelord. I'm super edgy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I like to be by myself. I prefer it. I've been alone all my life, so it's all I've ever known. Edgelord, how dare you? Now excuse me while I listen to 3 Days of Grace. Yeah, you get back to that. Listen, as an edgelord, I can't say that I'm disappointed. Okay? I'm just saying these are the edgelords of them all, okay? Not the trench coat fedora combo. When you were getting a wife and kids, I was practicing the sword. Yeah, exactly. You get it. I'm gonna go cry to 30 Seconds to Mars. Oh no! You know what? It's okay. It's okay to be edgy, guys. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay to be edgy.
They go to war against the Imperium. They believe that true strength comes only from standing alone. If you want a more in-depth look at Malice, his sons, and his very strange in and out of universe history, including the classic copyright entanglements between Games Workshop and the god's original creator, I made a full video diving into his lore that you should definitely check out after you finish this one. But for the purposes of this video, because I know somebody's going to say something about it in the comment section, I'll quickly restate something that's important and often gets misunderstood. Malice is the spiritual successor to the Warhammer fantasy chaos god Malal. Malal has never been canon in 40k, ever. But Malice is and has always been. He's the best kind of distinct, legally distinct. It's just that him and his followers simply receive a lot less attention from Games Workshop and the novels than many other warbands. But fear not, Malice fans, I just finished the new Night Lords novel, The Revenant Blade, last night, and the Sons of Malice got a 2-sentence cameo in that book. As is tradition, it was an offhand comment with no—
A whole 2 sentences in a whole book? Wow, you shouldn't have, Gamer Workshop. You shouldn't have. Aw, you know the key to my heart, Gamers Workshop. Gamers Workshop, you love us. You love us so much. Ah, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. They had the budget for that? Exactly, dude. That's crazy. Listen, I know he was genuinely trying to sound super uplifting right there, but it sounds like such a backhanded thing. You got a cameo! 2 sentences worth that you guys still exist. That's so crazy, dude. That's so crazy to me. I think there's a secret in Warhammer where there's a book that only has 1 word to tell it exists. That's crazy. I don't know, man.
Sons of Malice got a 2-sentence cameo in that book. As is tradition, it was an offhand comment with no impact on the plot whatsoever. But hey, Games Workshop has officially reminded us that they still exist. And based on their track record, we can all look forward to them getting another offhanded mention sometime around the year 2035. Regardless of how much or how little attention Malice receives, his canonicity has never been in doubt. The real debate has always centered on his power level. The lore describes him as a god, but is he a lesser deity, a powerful greater demon, a demigod, or a fully fledged 5th chaos god lurking at the edges of the pantheon? As it stands, we don't truly know. But as far as the domain of ravenous dissolution is concerned, there's no entity, canon or implied, that fits this description better than Malice. Honestly, aside from Vashtor, I think this is the most on-the-nose pairing in the entire diagram. To better understand Malice's placement though, we need to know about his rival in the last etheric domain. So let's talk about them first real quick, and then we'll circle back around to our criteria checklist.
Okay.
Chaos in its purest form is a terror that few can stand before and remain sane. It hungers only for destruction, that all things mortal meet their predestined end and crumble into dust to be forgotten. To this singular end, it moves inexorably, driven by a nightmarish purpose which subsumes the petty divisions of demon kind. Whereas Vashtor openly declares his intention to become a chaos god, and the Pater Mutatus and Malice are both powerful warp entities who clearly align with their respective etheric domains, the final god we're going to discuss is the closest Warhammer 40k has ever come to introducing a bona fide 5th chaos god in the lore, that being, of course, the Dark King. The Dark King is a prophesized power of the warp who represents destruction taken to its absolute purposeless extreme. Unlike Khorne's bloodshed, Nurgle's entropy, Tzeentch's change, or Slaaneş's excess, the Dark King embodies annihilation for its own sake, a drive to erase, consume, and unmake reality without ideology, pleasure, hatred, or ambition behind it. His coming was foretold by both Eldar and human prophecy, but for millennia, these warnings were dismissed as just one amongst countless apocalyptic visions. Nothing suggested he was an imminent, identifiable threat. That changed during the closing stages of the Siege of Terra, specifically in the End in the Death Volume 2 novel, where the prophecy becomes overtly defined. And the crucial twist, the detail that elevates the Dark King beyond simply being Chaos God number 5, is that we were eventually shown who it was meant to be. During the Emperor and Horus's final confrontation aboard the Vengeful Spirit, the Emperor realized the terrible truth. In a direct contest of warped back power, Horus had the advantage. swollen with the might of all 4 Chaos Gods and fighting within the warp's echo of the ship? For as impossible as it is to believe for Emperor simps, Horus was simply stronger. For all his unmatched psychic might, the Emperor could not defeat his son as he was. To save humanity, the Emperor did the one thing he had always refused to do. He drew in the warp's power fully, drinking from it on a scale that no human psyker had ever matched. As he does this, the Emperor begins to change. The text describes him as becoming a sphere of obsidian darkness, wrapped in lightning, radiating such immense power that nearby custodians are reduced to charred, shambling husks simply by being in its presence. As this being sweeps across the nightmare landscape of the inevitable city, demons, traitor Astartes, and mortal heretics alike panic and flee before it. At this moment, the Emperor is no longer merely a man with godlike abilities, he is actively ascending into a chaos power, the very embodiment of the Dark King. What stops his ascension into a god is the sudden intervention of a perpetual named Olanius Person, one of the Emperor's oldest friends who he had since had a falling out with. Him and his companion's arrival is so impossibly timed that even the Emperor in his proto-Chaos God state recognizes this as a moment of genuine miraculous chance. In a conversation through one of the custodians that the Emperor is controlling, Olanius appeals to the Emperor's remaining humanity and forces him to confront the price of becoming the very thing he has spent his entire existence opposing. Skimming over a lot of conversation between these two, but eventually the Emperor chooses to abandon the power he has been gathering, shedding the mantle of the Dark King, even though doing so is going to drastically reduce his chances of being able to defeat Horus. But Olanius tells him to have faith. With this act, the prophecy is broken, and the Dark King fails to be born, at least for now. We know that the birth of the Dark King has only been delayed because of characters like Samus, who is revealed to be a demon prince of and the herald of the Dark King. He implies that the Dark King's birth is inevitable because the warp is treating him as if he already exists. It may not have been Horus, nor the Emperor who ascended, but one day another would rise and usher in the god of encroaching ruin. Now, when it comes to how powerful he is, we never get a precise, quantified breakdown of his abilities, but the End of the Death gives us some hints that are kinda staggering. Some passages imply that his birth would have annihilated humanity entirely, in a catastrophe mirroring what happened to the Eldar during the birth of Slaanesh, but it may have been potentially even worse. Other passages imply that the universe itself would be altered at the atomic level, or even obliterated outright. Certain interpretations of the text by some fans go even further, suggesting that the Dark King's birth may not only destroy the physical universe, but the warp as well. This would be a being whose might eclipsed all 4 ruinous powers combined, leaving nothing material or immaterial capable of resisting him. In this scenario, both reality and unreality would face complete and total ruination after he is born. Now, just as Vashtor and the Pater Mutatis exist as opposed gods, so too do the Dark King and Malice. Whereas the Pater Mutatis and Vashtor occupy opposite ends of a spectrum of creation, one rooted in mutation and flesh, the other in artifice and machinery, the Dark King and Malice.
Okay, so I do remember the Emperor having that moment where he was going to switch and turn into the Dark Emperor. And I don't know, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Emperor still technically alive? Like, he's a skeleton, but technically alive? Or am I wrong in that? Also, hi, Chi! Good morning! Good morning, sunshine! Yeah, fun fact, the Imperial Guards that stand by the throne are there not to stop anyone from trying to sit on the throne. They're there to stop the Emperor from ever leaving. Yeah, because I remember that being something that was, like, said during all that, but I wasn't absolutely for certain sure, you know? In the strictest definition of alive. Yeah, like barely breathing. Morning, princess. Hi, princess. Good morning. How are you? I hope you got some good rest. Yes, 10,000 sires are sacrificed every day to keep them alive. Yes, he quote unquote lives. Okay. Okay. I thought I remembered that, and I had to be certain. All fun and games being a guard of the Emperor's throne until his hand starts moving. Dude, that's gonna be the worst fucking day for them, like, to be honest. Where it's just like, yeah, the Emperor, he's back. He's back. He's alive. He's alive, guys. He's he's gonna unleash. So sorry. So sorry. Oh, I'm not too proud to say I ship my drawers. I know nothing about Warhammer, but I'm learning at least. Yeah, I'm learning too. So, like, the thing is, I don't have a lot of knowledge about Warhammer. I know the very basics of Warhammer. But I do want to learn more, especially if I'm gonna start collecting minis one day. So, you know, I gotta figure out what factions I belong to, where my allegiance lies. As much as I want to continue to deny Nurgle, it's getting hard. It's getting hard to denounce Nurgle because everyone that's a part of Nurgle is just so nice, and I kind of want to be a part of their party. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense or not. I don't know if that makes sense. Uh, the funny thing is, the Emperor hated religion and banned it, but humanity created a religion out of him. Yeah, that's typically how it goes, unfortunately. Lore is always fun to know more about for sure. Oh, 100%. Hold on, Day. Got a comic for you, Day. Okay. Send it to me. Send it. Send it. Full send. Also, my slime is getting dehydrated because of how hot it is here in Arizona. I'm getting sad because my slime is getting dehydrated. And now it's all flaky. Okay. You got me a comic? Okay. God, I love my job. It's the best job ever. Nothing can ever go wrong. Just the hand moves. No! Yeah, that's rough. That oh. That's rough, buddy. That's rough, buddy. Oh wait, this wasn't the one. Whip. Okay. Yes, join us. We have ring pops. Stop trying to lure me in with the ring pops. There's a video where the Emperor talks to the last single priest, and it's quite interesting and philosophical. LOL. We'll post in ideas when I find it. Okay, that's when the Temenus decree is issued. How did you manage to do it again? Because I didn't exit out of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, James. That day is a shit show for all involved, especially the custodians and great knights. It would just be a really bad time. That's not a fiesta that I want to be invited to, I gotta be honest with you. Stop flashing us. No promises. I'm flashing y'all. I'm gonna flash y'all as much as I want. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Why on my day I'm the only one here? Cause it's funnier that way. Cause no one's gonna believe you. No one's gonna believe you.
Or ruinous powers combined, leaving nothing material or immaterial capable of resisting him. In this scenario, both reality and unreality would face complete and total ruination after he is born. Now, just as Vastor and the Pater Mutatus exist as opposed gods, so too do the Dark King and Malice. Whereas the Pater Mutatus and Vastor occupy opposite ends of a spectrum of creation, one rooted in mutation and flesh, the other in artifice and machinery, the Dark King and Malice sit on opposing ends of a spectrum of destruction. Malice is a divider, a god who perpetuates an endless cycle of hatred. His domain is unrestrained violence, loathing, and self-devouring chaos, an Ouroboros of anarchic rage. Malice demands a perpetual, infinitely repeating era of conflict. The Dark King, by contrast, is a unifier. Rather than perpetuate Malice's cycle, the Dark King seeks to break it entirely and unite all things in one final act of shared annihilation. Everything it does moves towards that single catastrophic end, sweeping aside the petty rivalries of demonkind on its march towards absolute obliteration. I'll be honest with you, I'm still kind of mulling over the placement of these two deities on the north-south points of the Chaos Star, so I'd definitely love to hear your take on this in the comments section. From my perspective, the Dark King existing between Khorne and Tzeentch and Malice between Nurgle and Slaanesh has a couple interesting things worth pointing out. Malice's placement makes some intuitive sense, as Nurgle embodies cycles and inevitability, and Slaanesh embodies extremes and excess. Malice, insisting on an eternal, self-consuming cycle of hatred for anyone and everything, including himself, fits neatly between these conceptual poles. The Dark King's placement between Khorne and Tzeentch is either deceptively complex or super simple, and I'm way overthinking it. The most immediate symbolism to me is also one that's kinda straightforward and simple. Khorne and Tzeentch are often portrayed as the Pantheon's most destructive forces, the barbarian and the sorcerer, brute strength and arcane power. Two titans who refuse to yield to one another, whose clashes historically end in mutual devastation. The Dark King, whose domain is unification through annihilation, sits conceptually at the crossroads of these forces. But like I said, this is still something I'm thinking through, and I genuinely would love to hear your thoughts on how these alignments might be interpreted. So what do you think of all this? Do you think I got the gods right, or are there other deities / powerful warp entities that you would have allotted to these domains? What do you think about the allies and rivals that we talked about? Does it make sense to put the gods on very specific points on the Chaos Star, or do you think I've read way too much into this diagram? When I was making this video, I really wanted to put the Horned Rat God in Encroaching Ruin, as his description lined up pretty perfectly, and in Age of Sigmar, he's literally the Chaos God of Ruination. Plus, if that was the case, then it would mean that we would one day get 40k Space Skaven, which I'm all about. But at the end of the day, he was from a different franchise, so I thought it was too much of a reach. I will say though, if Games Workshop did go in that direction and he was the Chaos God of Encroaching Ruination, then it would make a lot more sense to put the Dark King in the Primordial Annihilator spot. Because remember, certain interpretations of the text claim that the Dark King would eradicate all of chaos and all of reality. So him being the Primordial Annihilator, I mean, it kind of fits. Also, and this is definitely a little bit of a reach, but I found this particular detail pretty interesting. So we know that Samus is supposed to be a demon prince of the Dark King. He's also supposed to be his herald, and one of his main purposes is to ensure that his god ends up being born. In older editions of the game, Samus has been described as just a demon prince of Chaos Undivided, or sometimes as a corn demon just because he needed to have some rules that made sense for how he was being played in the game at the time. But in this supplement, we have a new datasheet for him, and it calls him specifically a demon prince of the Primordial Annihilator. So if the novels are telling us he's a demon prince of the Dark King, but the supplement is saying that he's a demon prince of the Primordial Annihilator, I don't know, there might be something there. Also, as a huge fan of the Warhammer horror line of novels from the Black Library, I wanted to find a way to claim Volghast was secretly a god and belonged to one of these domains. But as it stands, we don't know who or what Volghast is, even if in my own headcanon, he's most likely the Chaos God of Fear. Until we get a little bit more information about him, I'm not going to make any claim one way or the other. Again, this video was an exercise in using the lore as it is written to make sense of a theory derived from fan speculation. Don't take any of the theories in this video as canon unless in the future Games Workshop decides to expand on this and we get some kind of official confirmation. As always, let me know all of your thoughts, comments, corrections, and concerns down in the comment section below. Big thanks to everyone who supports all the work that I do, and I will catch you all in the next one.
Bye, Wes. Thank you for the video. Okay, so all right. Conspiracy theory head on. All right. Before we end this segment of it. Okay. Personally, as somebody who's watched an entire video on how the Skaven happened, I would love to see the Skaven transfer from fantasy into 40k universe. So I would be on the edge of my seats to say that hopefully that's where it goes. But again, I don't know how widely accepted all of this will be. I know that Warhammer fans are very, very strict about tradition of the game. And I know that there's been a lot of changes to the game that's just like not made a lot of people happy. So I am curious as to what, like, I would say veteran Warhammer fans think. My conspiracy popcorn is ready. Yay! I've seen him and can't remember his name. I think his name is Wes Hammer. Is the name of his channel? Yes, it is Wes Hammer. I love this game, but I don't know if I'd like how they mesh with 40k. Oh, really? Why is that? Also, I also fear that, like, dude, Warhammer just Warhammer Fantasy, I wish there was more about it. Like, there's not that many creators that go into Warhammer Fantasy stuff, and I want to learn more about Warhammer Fantasy. So if you're somebody that really enjoys Warhammer Fantasy and you have YouTubers that you would like me to react to, put any ideas and feedback in the Discord so I can watch some of that, because I do enjoy the fantasy aspect a lot more, I would say, than the regular 40k factions. But yeah, no, I think it's very plausible for those gods to exist, to be honest. Warhammer fans are only so against change because of Game Workshop's rap sheet. Yeah, that makes sense. That genuinely makes a lot of sense, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think if there's anything else about it. I don't think so. I think that's it for that. Gamers Workshop tends to break the lore and just go oopsie poopsie like the femstodes. All I know, it will truly be a dark day when the Dark Knight is born. Yeah, I kind of think that's gonna be really fun. But here's the thing: will that ever happen? Because I feel like the second that happens is the second that Gamers Workshop needs to go on a whole new arc and either restart an entirely new game or not. You know what I mean? Also, is it true that you could do like homebrew, like versions of your game itself? Because isn't that the cool part about like Warhammer is it's kind of similar to D&D in the sense where you can do like homebrew battles and stuff like that. All I know I read that. That'll be the nuke that wraps up the game. Yeah, exactly. Gamers Workshop tends to break the lore. Okay. I think that might be it for today, though. I know today was kind of a shorter stream, but I'm gonna be honest. I have a lot of work I gotta do after, and I gotta keep up with things. So I will leave you guys here with this today. I know it was a bit short, but I do appreciate you guys being here. They probably won't. I think it's just one of those things that lingers in the back of your head, kind of like the Tyranids being surrounded throughout the galaxy. But YouTube, thank you so much for sticking around. Twitch as well. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Let's see. I will say I will be back on Wednesday and we will be doing more stuff. But I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Make sure, if you guys aren't already, make sure you guys are checking me out all of my socials. Make sure you check me out on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, wherever, TikTok, all the good places. And I will see you guys next time. The Warhammer stream was amazing day. Thank you for your hard work today. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know I was really like in depth and in detail about it, but I genuinely like learning when I'm picking up on all this stuff, so that way I can make my own decisions about stuff like this. Also, I found the video. It's in the ideas and feedback. Oh, hell yeah. But YouTube, this is where I will say goodbye to you. Remember, everybody, I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. Sometimes 6:30 if I'm running a little bit late. I'm sorry, I try. But I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for sticking around.